Hi.
Let's try that again.
Hi. Shall we stand by, guys? 1 sec. Hold on.
That means the music wouldn't have been going through as well. Hey, there it is.
Hold on. Shall we start again? Stand by, guys. Ladies and gents, welcome to the midweek show. Up on the camera, we got Mr. B looking fresh to death.
Hello, welcome. Hello, how's it going?
Hi, guys. Sorry about that.
Nothing.
Right, mods, from now on, if you see the starting soon screen and you hear no music, I have done something wrong. Okay? So mods, if you see the starting soon screen and you hear no music, spam muted in the chat, please. Sorry about that.
We were dancing away here.
We were having a great time. The thing is, what's weird is we're hearing a different mix to what you guys are getting. So I'm just
sharing the live around. I took a little selfie as well. Since the sun's out, you know, make the most of it.
Why not?
Yeah, I'm not even wearing my Airliners Live cap today. What is going on?
I know, why have you not got your Airliners Live cap on?
I figured I just wanted to get many rays before we settle down for the long winter here at
enjoy it.
In the northwest, yeah, where the sun will be few and far between. So when it's out, get out and enjoy it, you know?
Fair enough. Makes sense. Ladies and gents, if you're tuning in, get your name in the chat, say hello. Myself, Martin, down in the studio, Mr. Andy up on the camera, and of course we are at the glorious Manchester Airport, and we're going to be bringing you a good few hours of plane spotting. Massive thanks to everyone who got involved in the 100k hype, we absolutely smashed that. A massive thanks to Mrs. Airliners Live for the last 2 minutes, just spam calling my phone trying to tell we were muted. It's all good. It's all good. We got it in the bag. But it was a crazy show on Monday. Absolutely crazy. We were talking the night before and we were like, do we go live? Do we think we can hit it? And it was like, well, we got like 1,000 nearly that we need to hit. Are we going to be able to do 1,000 on a usual show? We're doing like 300 to 400 subs.
Yep. Yeah.
And we're like, it's going to be a massive push. This Andy was saying, maybe we should wait a few hours, maybe wait till lunchtime. And I was like unsure of what to do. And then in the end, guys, it was you made it look easy. You actually did make it look easy. So thanks very much to everyone who got involved in helping us hit the 100,000. We're nearly at 102,000 already, which is absolutely crazy. But thanks, everyone. Appreciate it very, very much.
Yep. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was crazy. Like Martin said, on a good show, we'd hit like 400 subs live. I think probably the most we'd ever get is like 600 on a crazy stream where there's, thousands and thousands and thousands of people watching. But no, we somehow managed to do it. I think just everyone coming together and getting family involved, friends, and then having the counter on the screen as well. Just, you guys really did a shift, and it worked really well. So, 100,000 subs. It's a big number. I still can't get over it, but
Here we are. We've hit it. And first bing bong of the day, ladies and gentlemen, going to Will P with a £5 super chat. Cheers, Will. Massively, massively appreciate it. I'm going to nip downstairs because I got something to show you guys from one of our close friends of the channel who met us here this morning, and I want to show you guys live on stream. But another bing bong coming in, getting the support started. Dan Bond saying with a £5 super chat, forgot to say on Monday, congrats on the 100k.
Where was that? I didn't even see.
Shots fired.
I know, shots fired.
Congrats on the 100k. Keep on going. Keep up the good work. Now it's the road to 250k. Thanks for everything you do. Cheers, Dan. Thank you very much for the £5 super chat. Is he doing a drive-by, this guy? Oh, it's a guy on the other side.
Yeah.
Right, because there's a guy in front of us here. And I thought he was doing like a drive-by flare shooting.
He was like skidding around, wasn't he? And
he was
doing circles and Something tells me that's not part of the protocol. I think it's you've got to stop, you've got to get out.
Yeah, it's the guy on the other side. I am absolutely boiling already, so I'm going to take my hoodie off to stand by, guys.
It's warm, isn't it?
Yeah, and I won't do it on camera because my pork pie belly will pop out. Stand by.
So Ryanair arriving from Paris, kicking today's show off. I've got that Life is a Highway song stuck in my head. Anyone know that song? I was listening to that on the drive-in with the masses of traffic that I was fighting to get here on time. And to be fair, we weren't too late today. In fact, we were bang on time. I'd love to play that song on stream, but sadly, we're not allowed to do stuff like that. I believe even singing the lyrics will trigger the copyright system. Dan Hill with a 5 months of premium economy. Howdy legends, happy Wednesday from Brisbane. Thank you, Dan, appreciate that.
Okay. Yeah, and I want to give a massive shout out as well to our friends at Sid Squad for probably the most well-timed raid of history. However, it was quite funny because we got a video sent over of those guys actually trying to conduct that raid in the right time, and it's like, quick, it's like 20 left. And I was like, quick, there's 10 left, go,
yeah.
quick raid.
Yeah.
Sending everyone over, it was really funny, so we saw the video of that, and thanks guys for doing that. It's something which is fairly new to YouTube, where once your camera just went off again. It's fairly new to YouTube, where people can send over their viewers from their stream to our stream once their stream finishes. Airliners Live's channel is open to all channels to send viewers over. So if you wish, ladies and gents, and you finish your Planespotting stream or whatever stream it is that you're doing, feel free to send viewers over to us, and obviously we do our best to send viewers over to other people as well. Yeah, massive thanks to Sid Squad. If you're not following those guys, go and check them out.
Definitely great guys over in Sydney, Australia.
Yeah, and Echo on Twitch, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime for 4 months in a row. Really appreciate that, dude.
Jacob Jones say good morning, tuning in from my desk at college.
Hey, you're welcome, mate. Hope you're doing well.
It seems like a lot of people do that. Like when I was in school, you couldn't even have a phone on you. Like it was, you know, if you had your phone out in class, even if it was just on the desk, you'd get pretty much shouted at or whatever. Yeah,
it was definitely not allowed. Our teachers would sometimes just take the phone off you and put it in the desk. Yeah. But they keep it in there for like 2 or 3 days.
Oh, wow.
He like, gives me phone back. Oh, yeah, you'll get it back at the next lesson. It's like, mate, it's history. We do it once a week. What do you mean? But,
Yeah, I think we had something like that where you'd get it confiscated and your parents would have to collect it.
Yeah.
It'd go to like the headmaster's office, and then you'd have to like, your parents would have to come in, and because then they'd be told about it and all this. Mad. Like, but technology's changed so much. Like, kids growing up these days must have it pretty hard. I know there's a lot of like, you know, oh, back in my day we had to do this, but honestly, like back in when I was a kid, you'd go to school and then you'd go home, and then it was completely separate, right? You'd be with your family, you'd be with friends. But these days, like, you know, everyone's so connected. They must have to like still have all their mates in school connected. And
oh, mate, you know what I think about for school these days, especially for the younger kids now, is bullying. Just if you get bullied at school, it must just be horrible because they're just connected 24/7, aren't
exactly, yeah. That's like
Can you imagine that? Like you say, at least when we were at school, once you got home, that was kind of like it for the next few hours. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But I don't know, like, I don't get it at all. Like, they're so connected these days. I'd prefer, if I was in school now, I just wouldn't have a phone.
Just not have a phone is the best one.
I'd just be like, nah, you guys can have your phones. I'm not having that. I'm sticking to my old Nokia that you can text me on and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. But can we get some massive bing bongs in the chat for our resident New Zealander, Carwyn Davies, tuning in with the $50 New Zealand donation. Thank you so much, dude, saying, hope you guys are well. Great show with Henry from Vancouver. Best wishes to him when he's back to Canada. Hope you guys have a great week ahead. Thank you very much, Carwyn. I really appreciate your regular support, mate. It really does mean a lot to this channel, dude.
Got a funny story about Henry, actually, regarding his journey back home.
Yes.
First of all, he went to Liverpool on Monday after visiting the office. While we were doing the 100k stream, he was over there. But in the morning of that day, he was hanging with us at Barton City Airport. And we had a fantastic tour from the guys over there, up in the tower and the hangars and things, showing him round. He was in Wonderland there. He loved it. So then we dropped him off at the train station. He got the train over to Liverpool. I gave him like a list of sites to see. I think he went to pretty much all of them. He was very thankful for that. But he was meant to get the Air Canada flights today from Manchester to Toronto, and he was going to connect at Toronto back to Vancouver. And I said to him, and maybe people in the chat back me up, maybe I'm right, I might be a little bit right, I don't know. But I thought that Air Canada service from Manchester to Toronto, since its start a couple of months ago, from memory, I don't think it's ever been cancelled. I think it's always gone ahead. It may have been late a few times. In fact, it's normally late. It's not rare for that service to be late. But I can't remember ever cancelling, so I said this to him. I went, you know what? I've never seen it cancel. You should be in good hands. And guess what? The service yesterday cancelled.
Gosh.
The aircraft went tech, apparently. So he had to last minute sort out another way to get back to Vancouver. And instead, he actually got something that was quite decent. He booked a service, a flight with British Airways. So he went from Manchester to London Heathrow, and then Heathrow direct to Vancouver on the A380. So, I mean, in my opinion, that's a better flight. I mean, I don't know about the comparison between Air Canada and BA. I think that's not, to my knowledge, how, I don't know who wins there. But the flight from Manchester to London Heathrow is awesome. If anyone in the chat's ever done it, it's beautiful. It's a great flight. It's very short, amazing views. And I loved it personally. He loved it, and then he gets to fly on the A380 direct to his hometown. So it kind of worked out as a win for him. I believe he was in economy. He likes to bid for the upgrades, which is what I'm going to try and do as well. I don't know if British Airways do them, but apparently with sort of business airlines, you can bid for an upgrade, which was new to me. It was actually Henry's wife, Adele, who told me about this. With most major airlines like Air Canada, if you're in economy and can't quite afford the full upgrade to business or premium economy or first class, you can actually do what's called a bid, which is where you submit kind of like almost an anonymous bid, and if there are free seats that accommodate to all your passengers and your bid is the highest of all the people who have bidded or high enough, then you'll be given an upgrade. And it could be a low bid. It could be like literally, I'm talking 10 quid. Very rare you'd get that, right? But 100, 200 quid. I mean, even that alone is pretty cheap for like a business class upgrade.
Really is. But yeah, he's well on his way back now, guys. But it was great to have him with us on the weekend, and a very warm welcome back for 16 months jump seat member Jane Chu. Thank you very much, saying hey guys, you should be proud of what you achieved. It kept me going. The other day you cheered me up with the 100k show. I'm currently in bed with COVID. Oh god, I hope you feel better soon, Jane. I had it a few weeks ago. So hopefully you're feeling better very, very soon, and the show today will hopefully take your mind off it a little bit.
Some bloke saying no, they don't. To be fair, some bloke's probably the guy to ask there. So
he is. And Debs, thank you so much for the £5 super chat, saying, good morning, sat watching from the balcony. I can see all of the planes on the approach. Oh, wow, nice. Debs. I hope you have a great plane spotting session yourself as well. And on the way out on the south side, the Ryanair heading to Vienna, which Andy's got currently in shot for you, and just coming out on our left is the last of the Jet2 air tankers heading out to Tenerife, so that'll be on the taxi very shortly. But I've got something pretty cool to show you guys after this departure, and he's in the chat, and he brought a little gift down for us.
Yeah, I appreciate that, dude. Like, it's awesome. Like, wasn't expecting that. Ooh, we're making lovely sounds.
Lining up.
Yep, and we got the 330 taxiing out to all the noises. Let's stick with the 76. Looks like OBYK on the reg. Yeah, sunshine. In the sunshine, actually.
Mate, it's boiling today. Unless it's just this greenhouse effect.
Yeah, it's a bit cooler outside, but still the sun is like baking me as well, so you're not alone.
And this 767 is about to blast off 2-3 left, but it's blasting off in the chat. Vision thing with the biggest donation in a while.
Wow.
£100 super chat.
Yo, wow.
Saying Quasi Quarten gave us a tax break, which he should not have. So here's a share of that, £100 for 100k subs. Congrats, lads. Share the love. Vision thing. That is an absolutely massive, massive donation. Thank you so much, man. That will help the channel a huge amount. It really, really will. Obviously, all your donations, all your VIP supports keeps Airliners Live rolling, keeps it free for everyone, guys. And we absolutely appreciate all of the support that comes in. Vision thing. That's massive. Thank you, mate.
Oh. Good grief, that was loud.
That was loud, wasn't it? Now, Dreamliner just touching down as well as the TUI rotates off. 2-3 left.
I'll spin around and catch the Dreamy.
Thanks so much, guys, for the donations. Vision thing, that's massive, man. Thank you very much.
From one TUI to another. Dreamliner just touched down. Squeaky brakes. She almost made the exit there, to be fair.
I know. And Tony Parkinson sliding in, supporting the channel and the community with the 5 Airliners Live gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Tony. If you just got yourself a free trial of VIP, give Tony a message in the chats.
Great conditions today for the noises of the aircraft. Usually we're fighting with the sound of the wind.
We are.
Today we're not, which is good.
Yeah, thank you so much, Vision Thing, and Tony Parkinson, and of course Carwyn Davin, for your massive donations coming in at the beginning of today's show. Just as Nigel Roscoe goes in with the 449 super chat, saying, morning chaps, well done with the 100k. I'm looking forward to seeing the plaque. Yeah, we are as well, Nigel. Just waiting for YouTube to send us our purchase link for that. It's free, but obviously we just need to put our details in. And yeah, we're just waiting for that to come through. But Dave Morgan, welcome back. 25 months business class member. That's huge. Wow, here's a Tintin special.
Yo.
Record. Special livery just about to touch down from Brussels Airlines, the Tintin special. Have a look at this, guys. This is a fantastic livery.
I don't think I've seen this before.
I've seen it once. I've got a picture of it from Southside.
Awesome.
With the tower in the background, but a great livery, this one.
Is she going to vacate in time? It looks like she will.
Excellent. We're going to get a great view of this. Yay or nay in the chat, folks. Let us know what you think. I love this.
Oh, that's cute. I love it.
That's great, isn't it? Love that.
What a complete surprise that was. Hey, I prefer that to the new Brussels scheme, I tell you that.
I certainly do. Tintin all around, folks. A lot of people loving that livery as well. Sasha McCarthy sending in a £10 super chat saying, good morning, Andy and Martin. Sat at home enjoying the show as always. I ordered some socks yesterday. Hey, thanks, Sasha. They'll be packed up and on their way to you today then. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Cheers for ordering some merch.
Yep.
And Mr. Matty Boy Smith, thank you so much, dude, with the $8.99 super chat. Just like to say, on behalf of the team, a huge thanks for your support recently. You make the channel what it is. They certainly do. The community is absolutely fantastic here on Airliners Live, and we couldn't do it without you guys, or the fantastic support of our awesome mod team as well. So a big shout out to all of our mods. Ladies and gents, let's move on to a little gift we want to share with you guys, and it's from one of the long-term supporters and friends of Airliners Live, some bloke who travels a lot, and it's some bloke who surprises a lot today, who met us here at the RVP, and he had a little gift for us, which is absolutely fantastic, and we really, really appreciate it. We wanted to share it with you guys because it's absolutely awesome. Now, he has his own YouTube channel. So what I'd recommend, guys, there's going to be links in the chat. Rumour has it he's nearly at 10k subs. Nearly at 10k subs. So guys, head over once I've shown you this gift and whack a sub on his channel, and let's see if we can get into 10k subs. But look what he surprised me and Andy with, okay? So it's a bottle of champagne, right, for hitting 100,000 subs. Quite a posh bottle of champagne from Fortnum and Mason, right? And you think that's really nice. That's awesome. But look at this, guys. See if it'll... Look. Can you see it? Airliners Live, 100k on the bottle, guys. How boss is that?
That's awesome.
There you go.
And he said
what an awesome gift.
he actually said he got it from an airport as well, just to solidify things.
He did.
There he is. He's over on the mound now.
There he is. What an awesome gift that is. Thank you so much, man. That's fantastic. So that's going to be going. Me and Andy need to sort out a shelf for maybe some models and some things like this that we want to just keep nice and safe. And
the plaque as well.
The plaque as well. So yeah, that's a great gift. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah,
we'll treasure that.
Matt Smith putting some links in the chat to his channel. Go and have a look because he does travel a lot. And if you're into like your travel vlogs, I know he does hotel reviews. And he's a good friend of the channel as well, so go and show him some love.
So do us a favour, ladies and gents. We've got a bit of a break in the traffic. There's nothing crazy moving now. So for the next 2 minutes, folks, head to the links in the chat and just click subscribe and keep us up to date in the chat with how many subs he's got, please. Because we would like to see him building up those subs, and hopefully we can get him to 10k, or at least have a big shove to 10k. And Mark, thank you so much as well for popping in yesterday, dropping some gifts off as well for us, Mark. It was awesome to have a good chat with you in the office, and we got plenty of ideas to get together and bring you in. But
I see Mark had an exchange with Enderberg yesterday as well.
Yes, he did.
And then some photos up on his story as well. So glad you had a good little chat. And we had a good flight, Mark, as well.
Yeah, thanks, Mark, and great to see you yesterday as well, dude. But thanks to everyone saying they're heading over to Some Bloke's channel and giving it a sub. Mods, if you can just keep me up to date on where we're at with that. I'd love to, if possible, I'd love to get him to 10k if we can today. But yeah, it's an awesome gift, and really do appreciate it. We've also got some support coming in from Matthew Atkinson, who's returning for 4 months in a row, saying thanks for the stream as always, guys. Hey, no worries, dude. Thanks for tuning in.
You know what's weird? Look over here at Terminal 3. I can't see a single Ryanair at the moment. There's usually like at least one in view here.
Yeah.
Like there's probably some around the corner there, but we usually have quite a few Ryanairs based here, and of course EasyJet's more to the left. Can't see them too much because of the Premier terminal, but that's over at Terminal 1. You got one there, just chilling. But we have some ideas with Captain Mark as well. We might see more of him on the channel. In fact, he's already sent over a list of ideas he has for some new content for you guys, sort of from the point of view of a pilot. And with his knowledge and things, I think he'd be able to add a lot of value to our content. So we're gonna, definitely make some more videos with him going forwards. I think you guys would really enjoy that. We certainly would. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah,
loads of ideas coming in for that at the moment, and we'll get them together and work out. EDC Metalman, we'll get you a link in the chat for the channel. The YouTube channel is called Some Bloke Who Travels a Lot, but the mods will chuck the links in the chat for you as well, mate. Head over and just give him a quick sub for us, guys, if you can. But loads of ideas. Honestly, at the moment, ladies and gents, it's just down to time. We've got so many things we want to do, and we just don't have the time to be doing them. We've got loads and loads of ideas, so Airliners Live may be getting to the stage where we're needing some editing support. We will see how we get on, but we've got so many ideas that we want to be cracking on with, and we can't wait to share them with you as and when they go ahead. We've got an awesome day of aviation to bring you today. We'll be live till about 1:30 p.m. So if you're new to the channel, very warm welcome. Get your name in the chat. We definitely recommend that you get involved in the chat, because we've got an awesome community here on the channel. And if you prefer just to sit back and enjoy the show, then feel free to do that as well. We've got loads of aviation action coming in, including the next arrival, which is just about to land on the North Runway, and that's the Lufthansa A321 in from Frankfurt.
Yes.
No gear down yet on that one. I'm sure it will be very shortly. Quite a way out,
still
actually.
Really far away. Still over 2,500 feet in the air.
Yeah, we're even struggling to focus on that one as well.
Yep.
But Trevor Haywood, thank you very much for the £2 super chat, dude. Really appreciate that, Trevor. Great to have you with us. Thanks for supporting the channel today. Big Al, very well welcome to you, saying good morning to everyone, getting involved in the chat. Alison Tidy, hello, great to see you, and lots of you guys saying subs are going in as well. Just as some bloke who travels like, you don't have to do that, dude, you've got us a gift already today. With the $8.99 super chat saying thank you everyone, I am truly touched to one and all the best community in the world. Thank you very much, mate, for doing that.
Thank you.
And again, thanks for the awesome surprise. We'll that's one of them drinks where you probably won't open that.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like,
it's precious, isn't it?
it's this thing. So my nan, when me and Jen got engaged, she came over to the house where we were staying, and she brought with her a bottle of Moet champagne that my dad gave to my nan when I was born, and she's kept it this whole time.
Wow.
And she's given it to me, and she's got one for my sister as well. And she said, there you go, I've not drank it, I've kept it since you were born, now I'm giving it to you. And obviously I can't just crack it open. So, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's another bottle of champagne that I need to keep safe. So what I'm looking for is like a nice wooden box, you know, to keep it nice and safe. So if I find a good one, I'll get another one for this one, so we can have it on display in the office without obviously any risk of damaging it.
Yeah, so if anyone knows anyone who does any like things like that, gift boxes and whatnot, let us know.
Yeah. This Lufthansa touching down, left about an hour and 20 minutes ago. It's 13 years old, this A321 from July 2009. Sierra Romeo on the reg. And we regularly see the 21s on this route. Although Henry came in on a 19, I think he said.
Yeah.
But yeah, the 21 is, I'd say, one of the best looking Lufthansas in the older scheme.
I agree.
Thanks, guys, for throwing all them subs in. How's he doing? It's,
What was he on before? I can't remember the number.
he just said he wasn't at...
Yeah.
He was nearly at 10k, but I can't get a live sub count. And Mr. Magic Jackson sending in the $4.99 super chat saying, awesome channel, guys. Cheers, dude. Glad you're enjoying it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for tuning in today. We're having a great time. And if you're tuning in on Twitch as well, a very warm welcome to you guys. Loads of regulars in there. Galactic Planet, Mod Matt, Mr. Jingly, Matt A380, Spasiba as well is in there. Lots of channel regulars, Shirley Dev as well. Hope you're doing well, guys. Thanks very much for tuning in today. If you're watching on Twitch, don't forget those Twitch Primes, boys. Take some of that rocket money off Bezos for us. There's a few boxes on eBay, says Ian Beddoes. Got you. Thanks, Ian.
We'll have a look when we get in.
Yeah, we'll try and find some, because I need one for me as well. Mehmet, hello, Matt A350 as well, hope you're doing well. Lauren saying congrats on 100k subs, cheers Lauren.
Nice long A321 here. Coming in from Frankfurt. Touching down on 23 right here in Manchester. I've heard good things about Lufthansa. I know Noel Phillips really likes them. But both Henry and Noel Phillips both share their love for Turkish Airlines. Both of them seem to be very hyped about them. Both of them flew them recently. I believe, actually, if anyone subscribed to Noel, didn't he do a video recently on Turkish Airlines? And he loved it. It looked like, just from the thumbnail, I've not watched it, but it looked like he was in premium economy, I'd say. Something like that. Maybe, nah, not business, but something like that. Unless their economy is just that good.
Robert Farrow, thanks very much for the £5 super sticker, mate, saying how's it going? Very, very well, thank you, Robert. Thank you so much for the very generous £5 donation, mate. That's awesome. Cheers, dude.
Yeah, Jane's saying he did. Awesome. There's a chance I'd be flying on Turkish Airlines in the next few months to visit a friend. I mean, Pegasus is another option, but I think I'd pay a little bit more just to go with Turkish, just because we see them so much here in Manchester. You kind of want to experience them, really, and you hear nothing but good things about them. Mike, is that what I heard? I heard what sounded like a 330 taxiing. Mike K just saying a Virgin Atlantic A330 taxiing out to Islamabad. You've seen the unveiling of the Virgin A330 Neo the other day. The little video clip they put up. And I will say, like, I love Virgin, great airline, and I think the media team is fantastic. It's just like constant positive vibes and like kind of adventure, like stimulating posts they put out and things. But I wasn't too much of a fan of the music they used on that video. It was like just an A330 Neo getting unveiled, and it had like dubstep playing over it.
Really?
I was like, what is this?
Come on, guys.
It was like a heavy kind of techno. What is that? I was like those default stuff.
Jane Chu sending in a very generous super chat saying, get a coffee each with this, guys, or whatever you want with a £10 super chat. Thank you so much, Jane. Yeah, we usually get something to eat and drink after the stream has ended before we head back, so we certainly will do. Thank you very much for that.
Thanks.
It really does help us out a lot. And David Leggett, thank you very much for your £2 super chat, mate. That's awesome. Cheers, David. Thanks for supporting the channel. Just as Jenny Watts follows along with another £2 super chat. The amazing show Monday. Proud to be a member. Yeah, it was great. We were just buzzing the whole way home on that show. We couldn't believe it. We had a great day.
Yeah, I crashed after that though. That was like, it was a complete like adrenaline rush, and then when I got home, I was like, I needed a rest. That's just that was too much. I had there were so many messages coming in and just everything. I had to just turn my phone off for like a few hours because I was just like, nah, I can't. As much love as being sent, like I don't think any human's designed to communicate with that many people. So I just needed to like take a chill and rest it up. And then yesterday we were in the office and doing a lot of work, staying late, of course, and then we're back here now. There goes the Ryanair 737-800, and we've got the Virgin Atlantic A330 now taxiing out. So we'll pan over and catch her in a moment. Oh, that's a familiar sound.
It is.
Tell you what, it's windy today, isn't it? Oh, hello. So we got, the Virgin Atlantic A330 300 taxiing out.
Followed by the Etihad Dreamliner.
Oh,
looking great.
Yeah, perfect.
Virgin Atlantic's on its way for Islamabad. And that's obviously followed by the 787-10 for Abu Dhabi, and then a 757. Could you ask for a better trio of planes on the way out?
Yo!
And that's heading to Fuerteventura, and it's Alpha Charlie on the reg. And there's another 757 following that out as well.
Oh my gosh.
For Lanzarote. So, ladies and gentlemen, the next 10 minutes of Airliners Live is definitely something that you want to stick around for.
Things are about to get crazy. And we got looks like a Ryanair coming in as well. So I think we'll stick with the wide bodies for now. Captain Mark in the chat won a lot of love for the 757.
Yes.
I know it's his favourite airliner. We're so lucky to still get them here at Manchester as well. Like, we kind of take them for granted, although we show all the love and things for them, but it's crazy because most airports you just don't see them, and if you do, then maybe they'll be like freighters. The only other airport I could think where you'd see them consistently is like for passengers would be like Reykjavik, for example.
And I do want to give a massive thank you to someone as well after this 330. Yeah, big shout out to Gillian Clough, who put an awesome video in the VIP lounge. I must have watched it about 10 times. when we hit the 100k, her and her partner were who were watching us on the big TV, and they put a video in of them watching the countdown, and a big cheer when we hit 100k. It was just like super wholesome. I loved it. I watched it quite a few times. So thanks for sharing that one, guys.
Yeah.
It's little moments like that kind of are great little channel memories. So thank you very much for sharing that if you're watching, guys.
That was awesome. Right now, just taking it slow. Posing for a photo, maybe? Probably not.
Feels like summer today.
Lovely, isn't it? Now, I don't know a lot about Boeings in terms of like operating the 737, but what would the pilots be doing now in the flight deck?
They'd be cleaning up the aircraft mainly. So obviously it's just vacated the runway, so they'll be switching the lights off potentially if they're doing a quick turnaround, getting the APU on. They'll be cleaning up the aircraft, so flaps up, checking the speed brakes retracted, all the usual flows that would be happening as they vacate the runway. Not too much talking, obviously getting the taxi instructions from ATC, and then like I say, just be prepping the aircraft to arrive at the gate. But Natasha, thanks very much for the 449 super chat. Thank you very much, Natasha, supporting the channel today.
Cheers.
Appreciate that.
Connie, good morning to you. Hope you're well. Connie. Yeah, it's got the Etihad Dreamliner, the Dash 10 taxiing out at the moment. We've also got the Jet2 757 followed. What looks like
another
757. One of the workhorses of the Jet2 fleet, Alpha Bravo.
Stop it. I know the switch has kind of done that thing again where when we go in picture it's putting me full screen. I need to fix it. There we go. Fixed it. When you put the key on, for some reason I'm going full screen. I can't work out why. There we go. Then I go full screen. It's so weird, guys. I don't know what's happening.
Weird.
Oh, I know what's happening. It's done that thing again, hasn't it? Where it's using camera 2 for the full source instead of camera 4. There we go. Sorry guys, there's a very strange bug with this switcher, but there you go, it's fixed. Oh yeah.
Bit of a photo bomb from the EasyJet.
EasyJet's in from Amsterdam. Just as we see the Dreamliner rotating off the south runway. There's also a Pegasus in from Antalya just about to touch down. So the second of the two Jet 2s just holding short of 23 right, waiting for its clearance to cross after the landing traffic. And yeah, Mark just saying on the way in, we've got a Air Transat 330 as well. That's just flown over his flat.
Nice.
We'll be seeing that very shortly. Just
Hype.
on the very long base leg now. Thanks, Lottie. Appreciate that. There we go, 175 about to depart. The other one now crossing as well.
Using a lot of runway. The 757.
And Natasha, following on from a donation, says, I've just sent a little donation. My mum and stepdad, Nick and Angela, are massive fans, and they're standing with you in the grey jacket and navy jacket on the corner of the mound. We have a shout out. Let's see if we can spot them. I think they're at the back left on the mound there. There we go. We'll get them on stream for you.
Whereabouts, sorry?
Back left of the mound near Premier Terminal.
Oh, as in like, okay, like...
There they are, centre frame now. Let's give them a wave. Let's see, there they are. Give them a big wave on the stream. There you go. Hope you're having a great time visiting the RVP. Great to see some channel viewers down here as well. And Carwin Davies with a $5 super chat saying Gulf Air 787 flight GF4 departs at 11 for Bahrain, late by 105 minutes, was due to depart at 9:15. Great work by Andy on the camera. Yes, it is. We'll be keeping an eye open for that one as well, mate. It's quite regularly late, isn't it, that Gulf Air now?
Yeah. Maybe there's issues over at Bahrain. That's making them a little bit late, but...
And on the approach, we've got an Embraer from TAP Portugal, so obviously we'll stick with this 7.5 for you guys. And some bloke who travels a lot coming in with the update. He's had over 200 subscribers since we started sending people over with the 179 super chat. Hey, you're welcome, dude. Can we push it to the 10k, folks? We'll be posting his links in the chat. If you get a second, go and give him a sub if you can for us, guys.
Yep. Right, here we go.
Oh, nice. They're flying to Tenerife tomorrow from Manchester, but they wanted to come and see you first.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Absolutely love Tenerife myself.
Yeah, Las Americas is really nice.
Yeah.
Played tennis there a few times. There's, we kind of went on a bit of a holiday with my dad and my dad's mates to Tenerife.
Must have been warm.
It was. But they've got a tennis club like right at the bottom of the hill there. Not sure if anyone who's been to Tenerife has seen that. It's from memory, I think it's AstroTurf.
Another?
Gosh, another one. Are we... What?
It's the third.
Yeah, that is another one, isn't
It's the third Jet 2757 in a row.
Yes, he's heading for Antalya. Gosh. Hey, we're getting cheated today, guys.
Yes.
LSAI. He's going to wait for this Embraer to touch down.
Hope you're enjoying the Midweek Madness show here on your Wednesday on Airliners Live. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button. It really helps us out a lot. It's a nice free way to support the channel and help us get more people in here, basically, in essence. If we can try to hit 1,000 likes during the show, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, it really would. And if you're new to the community, say hello, get involved in the chat. We'll give you a massive welcome.
Watermelon Airlines, of course, but we're going to stick with the Jet 2757, the third in a row. That 757 emote's getting its fair share of use.
I was going to say it is, isn't it?
Yes, feel free to spam that when we see one of these beautiful birds. Show our love and appreciation for this aging fleet of aircraft that we still have here at Manchester. We're so blessed to have, so fortunate, and we're very fortunate to be able to fly on them still as well. And they've been kept in a very, very good condition as well, inside and out. In fact, Jet2 are notorious for having a very good maintenance program, especially on the 757s. It's no Alpha Bravo. Yeah, what's the reg on this one? Is it Alpha India? Or?
Alpha India, yeah.
Ah, okay, so she's obviously the oldest in the fleet.
Bob the Balder says, morning guys, thanks for your excellent broadcast. Hey, cheers for cheering us up with your excellent YouTube name, mate.
That's a great name.
Thank you, dude.
This will be the Air Transat A330-200.
It is. Mrs. Airliners live in the chat. Hello, hello. And this is in from Toronto. Departed 5 hours 54 minutes ago.
Morning, Mrs. Airliners Live.
And Ashley saying congrats on the 100k. Appreciate that, dude. Thanks very much.
A few corrections there from the 330 before touching down.
Yeah, nothing like we were seeing on the Monday show.
Gosh, that was
it
mad.
was windy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you really didn't expect that when we came down.
Captain Mark had a bit of an explanation to that, actually, which I found fascinating. I'll let you know in a moment. Bit of a float on the touchdown, but getting it down nicely. The Air Transat A330. And it looks like our Jet 275 is lining up on the runway now. So yeah, so during that Monday show, we had the METAR at the time, and it said there was a crosswind of 13 knots. Now that's not a lot, is it? That's not like anything to really be that concerned with. But what we were seeing was the aircraft coming in diagonal, like it was like clearly and I was getting blown all over the place. You've seen it at times. There was one time in particular, I think it was when the Jet 275 was coming in, and I took my eye off the camera for a moment just to check the chat, and the camera just blew to the point where it went nose down and just completely lost track of the 75. Martin thought I'd been blown off the roof. It was a massive gust of wind and I almost fell over. But apparently it was only a 13 knot crosswind on the ground, which, you know, being on the ground myself, I can confirm it was more than that. But yeah, Captain Mark was saying that the device that the instrument that measures the wind here on the ground at Manchester Airport apparently it isn't completely out in the open. It's slightly close to one of the terminal buildings, to the point where if there's a wind in a specific direction, it may block that instrument a little bit, you know, so like you're not getting a true reading of the wind speed in certain directions. So he reckons that was the phenomenon that was happening to stop us getting a true reading of however many knots it was, because it was certainly more than 13.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Transit A330. One of my favourite tail designs on a plane. See the wing lights on there as well. It's not completely that common to see them on the aircraft. The one airline you always see them on with is Iceland Air. And I wonder if there's just like an SOP with the pilots to leave them on. I assume maybe with Iceland being, you know, icy and all.
Yeah, ice and planes do not mix, folks.
Yeah, so them wing lights usually give you a nice illumination on the wings, let you see any icing.
Yeah, that's right, Ian. I think they were using the A300s prior to the 330s.
Was it A300 or A310s?
Well, maybe the A310s. I know me and Charlie used to see them back in the very early days of the channel.
Yeah, and they used to have that old livery with the text on the back, didn't they?
That's right, all the different
welcomes.
All the different welcomes, yeah.
Yep. And I think since they restarted earlier this year, I think, with the A330s and the A321 Neos, they sometimes fly the A330 with the classic scheme on it as well. So it's quite rare to see it, but I have seen it once or twice at Manchester since their restart. And it is a bit of a classic scheme, isn't it?
It is. Steve Griffiths tuning in from Sydney. Very warm welcome to you. And Jingly on Twitch saying, yeah, it was the 310s back in the day.
Yeah, proper classics, aren't they?
Yeah, they were noisy.
Yeah. But the A330s, you know, I can't complain. They're great aircraft, and now using them for Manchester. So obviously there's a demand for them, which is good. And there's even demand for a second airline to do that route, which is Air Canada.
Yeah, and another aircraft or airline that's under good demand at the moment is Emirates, and obviously we're going to be seeing them increase their A380 service to 3 times daily, which is going to be fantastic for the airport, and great to see the airline getting back to business here at Manchester. Obviously our regular A380 carrier here at Manchester Airport.
Yes, and that's on the 28th of October they'll be doing that, and it's the morning slot they'll be reintroducing. So prior to the pandemic, Emirates used to fly 3 A380s per day to Manchester. 3. It's nuts. So obviously the pandemic hit. They switched down to 1 service at one point with just a 777. And that was like the midday slot, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And eventually they reintroduced the evening slot. They dabbled with the morning slot again with a 777. I think it was just doing cargo only. There was a lot of cargo only operations during the pandemic, right? I know Qatar did a lot of them. People like Ethiopian and things. But yeah, as time went on, they slowly introduced more aircraft, and then finally I believe the winter just gone, they introduced I think it was September, I'm going to say, or November. They reintroduced the A380, then had to pull it back out again. And then finally reintroduced it in, I think, May this year. It got reintroduced, and then subsequently the second A380 service a day. So now they're just on 2 per day, which is kind of like the midday arrival that we get live on the stream. Then you get the evening arrival, comes in about 7, half 7 in the evening, and goes out about 9, 10. Sometimes late. The other day it went out at like 11 p.m. And I know that because it goes over my house and it makes a a massive rumble.
Is it the 380 or is it a 737?
That's it, yeah.
We have a bit of a raffle at the office because we never know, like, is it a 73 or what is it? That's that noise that's going over.
Yeah. In my opinion, the most distinct of them all is the A350 because that's got the most like prominent like growl to it when they fly over.
Yeah.
But the 737s, when they fly over, maybe people in the chat have the same experience. They are loud.
They really are, aren't they?
Yeah. They don't have much of a growl to them. It's just a general like rumble and real noise to them.
Ladies and gents, can we get some massive mega bongs in the chat for Beljuice dropping the 10 Airliners Live gifted memberships to the community. Beljuice, thank you so much, man. That's awesome. Thank you very much. And if you've just got yourself a free month of Airliners Live VIP, get Beljuice a message in the chat. One of our longest term followers here on the channel, and always supporting Airliners Live and giving back to the community. There he is, dropping 10 Airliners Live gifted memberships. If you're wondering what gifted memberships are, they are 1 month's free trial of our VIP service gifted by our generous members. And if you enjoy your time, guys, it allows you to use the emotes in the chat, join our VIP lounge, get discount on merch for 1 month. All you need to do, folks, is just click the little opt-in button and you may get gifted a membership. It's completely random. And if you're already one of our VIPs and you're watching on a PC or laptop, gifting memberships is a great way to support the community because it gives people, new viewers in the community, a chance to experience VIP. And it supports the channel in the same way as if 10 people had just signed up to be VIPs at once. So we benefit exactly the same, guys. So it's a great way to not only support the channel, but also give back to your community members as well. So Beljuice, 10 gifty subs. Thanks, mate.
Thank you. And it's a feature that is still in beta. So it means, I think at the moment, you still can't gift memberships on mobile device and tablets. But you can on PC and laptop.
Yeah, it will be coming to mobiles before the end of the year, we've been told. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that, guys. Hopefully it's something that won't take too much longer. I think it'll be a lot easier for everyone to do on a mobile device. But Kevin Henry, another long-term Airliners Live VIP, returning for 25 months. Business class member. Enjoyed every month. Thanks, team. Hey, Kevin, thank you very much, dude. Appreciate you continuing your membership with us, dude.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you for the generous donation in the charity fundraiser as well.
And Beljuice says, I'm some bloke who doesn't travel a lot. Hey, Beljuice, well, you get up to the Airliners Live meetups, mate, so you're travelling to all the right places, dude. Thanks very much.
You do as much travelling as Martin, then?
Yeah. And Stack1977 on Twitch saying, hi, guys, nice to meet you both on Monday. Yeah, it was great to chat with you, mate. Thanks very much for coming and saying hello. And Southside Ryanair heading to Palma de Mallorca. And that's followed by another Ryanair bound for Gothenburg and a Loganair for the Isle of Man. So a couple of departures taking place over there. On the ground, we've got a Finnair pinging up for Helsinki.
A pinger?
A pinger.
Finning up.
And the Pegasus A320neo on the way back out, along with the KLM 737 back to Amsterdam. So quite a few departures, narrow body departures coming up. Having a quick look down the approach path, we've got a Virgin Atlantic A330, which is going to be what looks like next to land for us here. And we've also got a Icelandair 737 MAX 9 in from Reykjavik, and that's in the standard scheme. So a few nice arrivals to come, and in between slotted in, we've got our Aer Lingus regional ATR 72 in from Dublin.
Awesome. Lovely lineup of movements. Things are about to get crazy on Airliners Live.
And Rachel, thank you very much for a 179 super chat supporting the channel today, saying good to be here as usual. It's great to have you with us, Rachel. Thank you.
Cheers, Rachel. I believe your prize will be posted out soon as well.
Yes. And can we get some mega bongs on the Twitch chat for Mr. Tony P Gamer gifting 10 Airliners Live memberships to the community over on Twitch. Twitch crew, let's get some hype going, shall we? Come on, guys, wake up, Twitch crew. Tony P Gamer's just dropped 10 gifty subs to you guys. Let's get those emotes in the chats.
Thank you so much.
And I got cookies with a mega bong. Can I have some?
Used to love cookies, but I mean, you can get vegan cookies. If
I'm having a cookie, I'm just going all out. I'm having all the chocolate.
These Subway vegan ones aren't too bad.
The Subway macadamia nut white chocolate cookies are
they are good.
10
actually,
10 out of 10.
I'll give you that. I'm not a vegan, by the way. We just can't have eggs or milk, so that seems to plague all desserts these days.
Looking forward to a nice coffee when we get back to the office.
That'd be nice. Yeah, it's now my morning routine to have one. I've got into the habit of getting up a little bit early, making a coffee, and then sitting outside, whether it's like cold or warm, just kind of like get a bit of fresh air with your coffee. It's quite a nice experience.
So have you bought the stuff for your house, or are you just having like instant?
It's just like, yeah.
Come on, son, what are you doing? I went to Morrison's because Harry the cat, if you're watching, you're in trouble, smashed my coffee cafetiere.
Oh, wow.
Because he's got into a habit of just anything that's in his way, he'll just go, get out of it, and you just smash it. He's not bothered, he just smashes it. So, Mrs. Airlines Live got me another one, but that was quite a big one, so I took that one to the office. And I got one from Morrison's just for myself, like a little one cupper. $4.99 it was.
Oh, right, okay, I'll probably
so you get that, and then you just buy yourself a bag of the ground coffee, couple of spoons in, bish bash bosh, coffee's on the go. So that's how you need to do it, mate. $4.99. Stop messing about. That's cheaper than a box of Nescafe that you're buying.
That's true, yeah. I do need to. Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe that's my job for this weekend. Get my hands on that.
Yeah.
Because that'd be lovely in the morning. I don't have any food anymore. I used to have like some food, but coffee's enough, really. I have with honey as well. I find that's actually a lot nicer than sugar.
Have you had the vegan sausage rolls from Greg's? No, I've not.
I've not had. I'm not really a fan of.
But it makes no difference to us because, Greg's isn't good for us anyway. So it's. I suppose the vegan sausage rolls will be fine. But look, if you're gonna get a sausage roll, you just go all out, don't you? Just have a proper one.
Yeah, I assume the vegan sausage rolls probably don't have any egg in them as well, which probably is useful. But I'm not really a fan of like meat alternatives. Like if I want meat, I'll just get meat. Because
to be clear for anyone who is new to the channel, me and Andy are not vegans. We just can't have egg, and I can't. Well, he can't have egg. I can't have milk protein, so it kind of forces you to go down the vegan route. But the one thing that I am really enjoying the change since doing it is having oat milk in coffee because it's so nice. It really is nice. So I've recommended it before. There was someone in the chat who bought the milk that I recommended. I'd love to know what you thought of it. Because in coffee, I think it just tastes great. But just about to touch down from Edinburgh, Virgin Atlantic positioning flight A330. So this is going to be light. You may see a little float on this one.
Do they fly from Edinburgh, Virgin Atlantic? Do they have any routes from there? That's strange. Didn't think they did. Oh my gosh, grease in it.
So I wonder if he'll get off in front of us or not. It doesn't look like it.
Stopping kind of quick.
Yeah,
although
they'll just let it roll out, won't they?
Yeah. Wow, that was smooth though on the touchdown of the A330.
Michael Phillips likes oat milk in his morning coffee. It's nice, isn't it? Ian Meadows, I drink coffee black. Yeah, I used to, Ian. Once I got told I couldn't have the normal milk, I just started having black tea and black coffee. But oat milk kind of sorted that out for me. It is nice. But Julie's saying coconut milk. Yeah, I like coconut milk in coffee as well, Julie.
That's my go-to is coconut milk.
Queen Gem on Twitch loves a bit of hazelnut milk. Not tried that one.
That sounds like it could be nice.
Yeah, it could actually. A nice hazelnut coffee. That could be one to try. Thanks, Queen Gem.
Yeah.
Some bloke saying my dad designed that thrust reverser on the A330 to Trent 700. Nice, dude.
What?
It's a bit of info for you, isn't it?
That's nuts.
Virgin Atlantic flew Manchester to Orlando yesterday, but flew back to Edinburgh, landed at 7:30 this morning, says Mike.
Maybe a bit of maintenance, maybe.
I think Jen's a little bit behind, let me tell her. She's talking about Harry in the chat. She thinks she's not live.
At least she's not entering the giveaway
I know.
from the other day. Exclamation 100. Won't be any passengers on board this right now, I don't believe, but we'll have a quick look. Looks pretty empty, right? Oh! Wow! That was so loud.
That was good, wasn't it? See those Wookiees in the chat. And there's a big howl on the show. I've updated Mrs. Airliners live. She's fixing. And there it is, equally as loud to the Aer Lingus Regional. It's in from Dublin. Nice, Carl. That'll be a great trip, dude. Hope you enjoy that.
Is the Icelandair Max next in? Whoa, hang on. It's in the...
Yeah.
You don't see this very often, do you?
No, you really don't.
It's in the classic Icelandair scheme on the Max.
Must have been one of the early ones then.
All of a sudden, I want a sausage roll.
Sausage roll. Well, looks like you're going to Greg's run then, doesn't it, when we get back to the office?
Yeah.
A380 is currently over Amsterdam, says Benchy. Next 45 minutes or so when that arrives with us. Awesome. Cheers to you.
I do miss seeing the consistent Icelandair 7.5s. But the Max 9s are kind of cool. They look a bit more normal, I think, the Max 9s. The Max 8s, I think the engine looked a little bit too big for the size of it, but the Max 9s, much more balanced, I think, in my opinion. Is it just the Max 8s in the new colours? Oh, maybe, yeah. Yeah, maybe that's the case. I don't see them very often, so I don't really know.
Yeah, we'll stick with this as it goes past because we've got an EasyJet coming in from Jersey, but like Andy says, we don't see this too often, so definitely worth enjoying this one, guys. Andrew tuning in from Glasgow, welcome. Yes, Alan, my fridge is fully stocked with those, dude. My freezer, actually. Wouldn't be very good in the fridge, would it?
In fact, oh, the wing lights, yeah, they are on. That'll be them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually on with although what's that up here? Is that not? Oh no, that's not a light. Okay.
No.
Yeah, usually on the Iceland Airs. Iceland Air Max 9 in the classic colours, looking great. Love the engines as well.
And apparently a Singapore A350 just started pinging. Cheers, Brian. Grand Angus tuning in from New Zealand. Hello, welcome to you. And Circa, thanks for tuning in, mate. Welcome. Holly Mitchell wants a shout out for the husband. Hello, husband. Chester Mike. Hello.
Morning, dude.
That EasyJet in from Jersey. An hour of flight time for that one. 10-year-old aircraft from 2012. Just as Gordon sends in the £5 super chat saying Virgin had been flying to Edinburgh to Barbados and Florida since last winter.
Yo, that's dope.
That's really good. Cheers for the info, Gordon, in the chat.
Yeah, appreciate that. I didn't know. That's awesome. Makes sense, though. So you've kind of got like Heathrow, Manchester and Edinburgh up the country to fly with Virgin.
Any fans of the Greg's pizza slices? Me.
Are they just loaded with cheese by any chance?
Yeah. Especially the pepperoni. Literally, the bag kind of becomes part of the pizza. It's
like
that greasy.
They're like lava when you get it as well.
Yeah.
Much like their pasties, you bite into them. And
mate, the roof of your mouth just sticks to the pasty.
Yeah. Lethal, aren't they?
Yeah.
I've noticed they've started putting, I don't know if they've always done this, but the word hot in front of everything. It's like hot sausage roll, hot. I think they probably had people just buying the sausage roll and just scoffing them. And then like just losing their tongue.
Oh, apparently the Virgin 350-1000s to Orlando has been cancelled.
Why?
No.
Hope she's alright.
There used to be a really good pizza place near us that did proper rustic pizzas, and we used to really like that, but they went out of business. There was also a really good hot dog place as well. So they do like really nice posh hot dogs with slices of steak. So the one I used to get was the Philly hot dog, it was called, and it was hot dog with slices of steak, cheese, and green and red peppers with a little bit of barbecue sauce on.
Steak on a hot dog?
Mate.
What?
Mate.
What is this about?
Listen, it was the place to be, and they got rid of it. I was wounded. It was like my go-to place, but now me and Jen have found like a super healthy place to go. Picturing pictures on for framing. We started ordering from there really regularly. I'm going to shout them out. Hashtag not sponsored. Wish I was. To pasta evangelists. So here you go, guys. You've heard it from me first. Get it on Twitter. Give them a tag. Pasta evangelists is unbelievable. We've ordered from there quite a few times, and they do awesome pasta. The nicest pasta I've ever had. And sometimes we get the lasagna, and you know, like in lasagna you get mincemeat usually. In this one it's like shredded beef in there, all the way through the layers, just shredded beef, and then we decided to try something else, and I got this lamb pasta, and again, really nice shredded lamb with like a ragu in it, and pasta shells on there. Oh, ladies and gents, Pasta Evangelist, Airliners Live recommendation 10 out of 10.
Where is it?
Wish I was sponsored. You can get it on delivery if you live near me. See if you're around the Eccles area. Search for it on delivery and say Airliners Live sent you. There you go. There's the website as well. Chester Mike dropping it all in. One of these companies has got to sponsor us soon, right?
Yeah, a pork pie company.
Yeah. But it's a really nice, healthy takeaway. So next time you're free, Brown Bill,
Yeah.
we'll have to get one ordered.
I do like Italian.
Yeah, they do all sorts as well. They've got a massive menu. Toast dunked in tea. What?
Get out.
Get out. Is it not all crummy after that? I'm good. I'm all right, mate. He's all right. Yeah, we're good. Thanks, dude. They probably won't deliver to the Netherlands. I'm pretty sure, probably not, Rika, sorry.
There'd be some delivery charge on that.
That's a Wivenshaw thing, that tea and toast, is it, Matt? I've never heard of that before.
Tea and toast. What, you dip the toast in the tea, or you just have them?
That's what he's saying.
That sounds bizarre. Why?
Because it would just get all crummy, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and your toast would just go dead soggy, wouldn't it?
Nah.
You have to try it, I guess.
Well, there we go. Embraer 195 in from Guernsey. Let us know in the chat, what's the weirdest local food thing that everyone does? The one that springs to mind for me is a meat and potato pie in a bun. That's
Why?
I don't know. My uncle just told me that's what they used to do. They used to just cook a Hollands pie, put it in a barn and smash it, and then put some, to be honest, it's really nice, you put some pickled red cabbage in there.
I like that.
It's got to.
Laurie introduced me to, and she's in the chat, when I was over in Texas, Southern, what's it called? Chicken fried steak.
Yeah, you was talking about this for ages after you came back.
Yeah, well, they do. I mean, it's very nice, but it's probably not very good for you.
Apparently that pie in a bun's called a Wigan kebab.
Ah, yes, that's the, yeah.
Yeah, let us know in the chat, folks, what's your weird, guilty go-to on food? Let us know.
We'll have some wonky results. Yeah, and sweet tea as well. So, chicken fried steak is where they do a steak, usually quite a nice steak, but then they'll deep fry it after with like chicken seasoning. So it's kind of like, almost like fried chicken, right? But with steak as the main meat. It's quite nice, and you have it with sauce as well.
So here's another one I've not heard before from Lord Chozo.
Go on, Lord Chozo.
So, yeah, you know eggy bread?
Oh, yeah, I love that. Oh,
But he puts eggy bread between two pieces of bread in a sandwich.
I've heard someone doing that as well. Yeah, that's not like that uncommon.
Is it not?
Why? I don't know why you do that. Like, why not just have the bread? The eggy
Why not
bread?
just have more pieces of eggy bread?
Eggy bread sandwich with eggy bread in the middle and a bit of egg.
Cheese and jam sandwich, yeah, I could jam with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pork pie, coleslaw, and cold baked beans. I must admit, I'm one of those guys that when you're cooking baked beans, I will take a spoon out of the can as well for me. Cold.
Ah, what?
Mate, I'm not bothered.
What the
It's
heck?
quite nice.
No, not about that. It's going in raw with the beans.
Wow, Barry's grassing his wife up. Says, my wife dips her pizza crust in a red wine. Really?
I don't think that'd be terrible, but it's bizarre. Because, well, you use red wine and white wine for sauce anyway, don't you? Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yo, look who's taxiing out, by the way.
Nice. I'm keeping an eye in the chat. Yeah, see, Bob knows what it's all about. Bob likes a bit of cold beans.
So, because when you cook the beans, you're only just warming them up, aren't you? You're not doing anything like...
Yeah.
It's not like...
Does anyone else do beans for like well longer than it says as well? Because they say do 2 minutes. I'm a 4-minute kind of guy.
Oh my God.
I like the sauce to be thick. I don't like it to be just like you put it on your plate and your plate just turns into a floodplain. Do you know what I mean? You start making barriers with your peas and all sorts.
That's like when you use ketchup without shaking the bottle and it's just like...
And it just comes out water.
You just have like a puddle of water.
Yeah. I used to have ketchup butties when I was a kid. Wow.
No.
Definitely not about that, Stuart.
Kids love ketchup. I think it's just because it's so like... It's almost sweet, isn't it? It's like... There's probably a lot of sugar in it. Like plant sugar, whatever you call it. Fructose, is it?
Fried baked beans on a full English with brown sauce stirred in. What you mean, instead of boiling the beans in the pan, you put a thin layer of them in the frying pan, like crisp them up?
Whoa, that sounds cool.
That's exotic, that.
Oh, by the way, one thing that me and Sam are really, really into at the moment, Jack Daniel's barbecue sauce. Have you tried that before?
I've not tried it, but I've seen it.
They have it at Weatherspoons as like a default, but we bought a bottle of it, and it's so good. It goes with anything. It's like...
Martin, no way, dude. Not about that.
What is it?
Beetroot and salad cream sandwiches. Get out of it. Martin's banned. Mods. Ban him. Not having that. That's the worst one of all of them that I've seen.
People are into bizarre things.
Yeah, see, Russell's saying, yeah, I do that after cooking me bacon. I put a thin layer of beans in the pan and crisp them up. I've never tried that. I will give it a go, though.
That sounds strange, but yeah, I guess that works. You just don't want them to be too crispy to the point where they're like chewy and stuff.
No. Yeah, that's a bit of an odd one. I've never tried that. I've never even heard of it, but the beetroot one, no thanks.
Is that this tablet doing that?
It sounds like something, yeah.
Yeah.
Add curry powder to baked beans or grated mozzarella. I'm definitely down with the mozzarella.
Singapore Airlines A350-900 looks like she's going to be the first out. The Jet2 A321 holding, and there's also a KLM taxiing out as well.
My nan used to make me sugar butties.
Hey, what?
What? You just put sugar in between two bits of bread?
That's...
You were bouncing off the walls.
Yep. Here we go. Have a listen to this sound. Not a lot of thrust there. There you go. Wow, very D-rated.
Yeah.
Use them as a massive growl, these engines. Trent XWB engines, of course, from Rolls-Royce.
No, sorry, chat. We hyped you up for that one. It's a bit anticlimactic. There we go.
But look, it's still took off pretty quick, though,
yeah.
Considering it rolled for a while before it actually applied takeoff thrust. Look at the climb as well.
Nice, Rachel. Hope you have a great time. Pickled onion sandwiches. Will P. Come on, I thought you were better than that.
Couple of aircraft waiting to depart. I think the Jet2 A321 is going to be next out. Lee Davies with another repositioning, 2E78 from Newcastle coming in.
Oh, nice. keep an eye out for that one. The Jet 2 that's just lining up is A321 for Dalaman. There's another Jet 2 following behind for Rhodes with a KLM in the middle for Amsterdam.
Dan Bond with a very good question. I don't think we've ever had this on the stream, and it is a good question. What is your go-to meal deal?
Go on, Mr. V, you're full screen. You are the meal deal king.
As much as I don't shop in Tesco, I think Tesco does the best meal deals. What would I get though? It's changed because of my eating.
Well, what would you have if you could have any meal
If I could
deal?
have anything, oh my gosh. So, I guess there's two answers for the main, because the main would usually be go to a hoisin duck wrap. I love them, and I can eat them at the moment as well, so that's a double win. But also in some Tesco's, very rarely, maybe the bigger Tesco's, I think like are they called extras? They'll do air wraps. Have you seen them? Where it's like
there's nothing in them.
It's like really thin rice. What's it called? Rice wraps. Rice
Paper.
Well, I don't know if it's paper, but it's basically a very thin bread made with rice, and it has obviously different, more exotic flavors. So that they have one that's a Moroccan chicken, which has like nothing in but just chicken and like a few little veggies in that. So that is elite. So I'd pick that. Maybe the main, if I could have anything, would just be like a dairy milk. Like, come on, elite, right?
Yeah.
And then a drink, probably an iced tea. I'm a big fan of it. Lipton's iced tea.
Yeah, you are, aren't you?
Yeah, they're very refreshing. They're very sugary, by the way, and you do get a big sugar rush off them. But yeah, that's mine. I'd say default hoisin duck wrap, dairy milk, and a iced tea.
There you go.
From Tesco. What about you?
See, there's a couple of options for me. I'm either like complete default with a bit of a hoisin duck wrap, or the Caesar chicken and Caesar wrap with the salt and vinegar squares crisps. Look at him, he's all set up. Look, he's not lying, chat. There he is. Look. I'll fight you for that in a minute. And or I completely go the other way, and I go full posh mode with salmon and cream cheese sandwiches.
Ah, mate, that's God to you.
Them.
Oh my gosh.
And we have one of them with again Polly salt and vinegar crisps, and
you prefer crisps over sweet?
Oh yeah, I'm not a big sweets kind of guy, and like I said a few times on stream, chocolate for me has to be really cold, otherwise I don't enjoy it.
Yeah. Sometimes they do serve them in the fridge, don't they? Most of the time it's just on the shelf.
And then drink, probably a Fanta.
Oh yeah,
nice Fanta.
The default orange.
Yeah. Or if I really want to push the boat out, and I feel like I want to be a 10 out of 10 guy, Fanta lemon. Yay or nay in the chat for Fanta lemon, guys. I am a big fan. I'm a big Fanta lemon fan.
Fanta lemon fan.
And back when I used to do the reggae festivals, my boss, who's a mate of mine, Colin, he went to this shop, and it was on the way to one of the reggae festivals, and I think it was in like an African themed shop, so a lot of the delicacies from Africa were in there. It's quite a big African community around where we was, and he said, do you want the Fanta? I said, yeah, go on, I'll have a Fanta. And he come out, and the bottle looked completely different.
What?
And the colour of the Fanta was completely different as well. It was a lot oranger.
What country was that from?
It was UK, but it was an African shop. And the colour of the Fanta was completely different. I'm telling you now, it was the nicest Fanta I've ever had, and I've never seen it again since. I'm going to have to ask him what it was.
I wonder if that was just an import, because in the UK we have sugar tax, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of our sugary drinks aren't very sweet anymore.
But the colour of the Fanta was different though.
Yeah.
That was the weird thing.
Yeah, I'm sure when I went to the US, the Fanta was a different colour as well,
Yeah.
Yeah, sadly our sugary drinks aren't very sugary anymore. They used to be. But like Lucozade and things, just not much sugar in them anymore. And a lot of like the the colas go with like sugar-free these days.
Oh, really?
You know, like Diet Coke is more popular. Or how often do you see regular Pepsi anymore? It's just like, it's usually just Pepsi Max.
Thanks very much, Paul. Saying congrats on the 100k. Great stream. Hi, everyone, from Paul in the YouTube chat. Cheers, dude.
Yeah, because when we go to Europe, for example, sugary drinks, man, are just so much more sugary. Like, they'll go all out with the Fanta Lemon. It'll be like so much more sweeter. Whereas here in the UK, we're kind of, it's a bit just anticlimactic when you get a sugary drink.
Oh, cheers, Mike. The A320 Tintin livery's taxiing back out, so we'll grab another side-on shot of that.
Hype. I've also got the...
Yeah, Brian saying US Fanta is literally the most orange can be.
Yeah, I think that's what you had, you know.
Maybe it is what I had then, Brian.
Yeah, because you get them. There's a lot in the UK. There's a lot of American shops around, you know, and then like supermarkets, you have like an American section.
Maybe that's what it is, because it was really orange.
I find it funny when you see photos of British sections in American shops.
Yeah. So I assume, obviously, because it was an African shop, they're buying from a different supplier than obviously getting it from the UK stuff. But if you're enjoying the channel today, guys, click the thumbs up for us below the video. There it is, chat left. And click the subscribe if you're new as well, just as we see this awesome Tintin livery on the Brussels Airlines A320 heading back out.
Now with lovely lighting on her.
And if you want to support the channel today, you can do so by becoming a VIP. Click the little present symbol and then click membership. Or you can send in a super chat to the channel by clicking the present symbol and then clicking super chat or super sticker. It really does help the channel a lot. Thank you guys for everyone who's supported us today already.
Nice quick taxi there.
And Mankred congratulating the 100k as well. Cheers, mate.
Yes, great livery. What do you think, ladies and gents? I know you've already done a yay or a nay. I'd love to see more of this. It's probably my favourite Brussels special.
Yeah, 21 years old, this A320 as well. A380 north of Skegness. Cheers, John.
Oh, nice. Not far away at all. What's happened to DSA Airport? Yeah, they've announced that they're going to be shutting. I believe it's Peel Group who own it.
It is.
Now, the thing about Doncaster is it's in such an awkward place for aviation, right? It's such a competitive market as it is. You've really got to find kind of like your niche when it comes to aviation. Like, you've got, in this area, it's got so many airports to compete with, right? From the likes of Sheffield, you could drive quite easily to Leeds, Bradford Airport, which obviously is very busy, Manchester Airport, which is huge, and you've got East Midlands as well, not too far away. So you've already got such a high level of competition. And then branching further, you've got Birmingham and Liverpool. So it was always going to be a very tough game. I know they did a lot of cargo there. Like, I've seen a lot of people seeing 74s and AN 124s over there. But sadly, they don't look like they're going to follow through, which is a shame, you know. But on the positive, kind of selfish side of things here at Manchester means we get a lot of more routes based here, because the traffic from Doncaster will have to go somewhere, you know, all the TUIs that they have based there and whatnot.
We'll see what happens, but yeah, it is a shame obviously when any airport announces it's closing, especially one that brought in such unique aircraft as well.
Yep. And also Manchester Airport putting out a tweet the other day, fair play to them, saying that anyone who's going to be losing their job because of the closure at Doncaster will automatically be offered an interview at Manchester Airport for the same position.
That's really good.
Yeah, so obviously their jobs, you know, maybe in the question at the moment, but at least people like Manchester Airport are reaching out and trying to do their bit. And I'm sure the staff is needed here anyway, to be fair.
And thanks everyone in the chat for throwing the support in for the 100k. Really do appreciate it, everyone.
I'm not sure where the cargo operations will move to. I mean, they've got like East Midlands not too far away, a huge cargo ops hub.
Flyboy, yes, we have done East Midlands in the past. Sadly, we didn't get around to it this year.
Yeah, we went for a bit of recording, but I only like East Midlands when they're on reverse ops. when you're filming, because I think when they're on standard runway ops, it's a bit, you can't really see much, right? Like the aircraft just touch down behind the bump on the runway, and the same when they're lining up, you don't see them, you just see them when they're rotated. It's not as exciting, and there never was a time when they were on reverse ops with like weather good enough to stream in this summer, which was a shame.
Take care, Terry. Thanks for tuning in, mate.
We've seen Hardin Airport as well, taking the debut flight into the UK of the brand new Beluga XL Super Transporter. That was on Monday when we did our 100k live stream. So obviously if we weren't doing the 100k live stream, we would have gone and got that. But it's awesome to see XL5 making an appearance in the UK. Touching British soil.
Looking forward to catching that for ourselves.
Yes, and only have 4 XL aircraft in service, with a 5th one being just XL, and that's a test aircraft, doesn't fly at the moment. Not in service, should I say. There goes the Tintin special.
Great to see that today.
Heading back to Brussels.
Yeah, cheers, June. It was an awesome stream, wasn't it?
Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. The energy was so high. I mean, Monday and Sunday streams were both fantastic. Everyone really loved Henry being on the show.
Yeah, it was so good to finally meet Henry, and we were fortunate enough, and again, a massive shout out to the guys at City Airport for their awesome hospitality again. They put on a nice tour for Henry, and he got to go up in the tower and have a look around, and then he went round all the hangars and he went to go and have a look at all the different aircraft that were there. He absolutely had a fantastic time, really enjoyed it, and he absolutely loved it, and he was there with his wife Adil, and Adil followed round with us, and she had a really good time as well. And yeah, it's just great to meet him, a real genuine guy. Obviously, we've been speaking virtually since we started up Airliners Live Canada, and it was great to just finally meet each other in person. And yeah, it was awesome that he could get over to see us.
It was mad how we just met, and it was kind of like we were already friends, and it kind of didn't feel awkward. It was just like, you know, on the show, it was like we were bouncing off each other, and it didn't feel like we were talking too much. It was just a good laugh, loads of banter. And yeah, the show on Sunday was awesome to have him as a guest that we kept secret. We didn't even tell our mods that he was going to be on the show. Yeah,
we wanted it to be a surprise for everyone. I think the only person who knew was Matt Smith, because obviously I had to give him a reason of why I asked him to come up on the camera. But again, thanks Matt for stepping in for that, dude. It was just made the show just all the more enjoyable that we could spend some time with him.
Yep, everyone complimented Matt's camera work as well, did a great job.
Laurie M's not happy, says, you bunch of stinkers keeping that secret. Yeah, we wanted it to be a surprise for everybody. Yep. I think a couple of you guys did guess it though in the old VIP chat. Yeah, that's right, Stuart. So Henry was supposed to be on the Toronto service from Manchester, but it got cancelled, so they ended up going on a shuttle down to Heathrow, and then the direct to Vancouver with BA.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a few changes.
Yeah, and I'm glad they could get that sorted. And probably experience the BA A380 as well, which is awesome. Into his own hometown as well.
And Dan Bond, thanks very much for the £2 super chat, saying the TUI ops from DSA will move to Leeds Bradford from 2023.
Okay.
Thanks very much for the info, Dan, and for the super chat as well. And Tony P Gamer gifting a sub to Brian Aviation on Twitch. Thank you very much, guys. Huge amount of support coming in on Twitch today. Keep it rolling in. If you're just tuning in on Twitch, help the channel out by just checking if you've got a Twitch Prime available for us, guys. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, Manchester Airport is already pretty full as well of airlines, you know. I think they can definitely be more efficient, like far, far more efficient. But I think the biggest problem is staffing at the moment. You know, that's why a lot of airlines are running late and things. You know, you look at Terminal 2, quite often it's full, you know, of aircraft. But a lot of that time is because a lot of aircraft are running late, and there's baggage handling and ground ops issues. But it's slowly getting better, you know, and it does make for kind of like inconsistent traffic levels. Like sometimes it gets very quiet at Manchester Airport, sometimes mad busy to the point where you've got a queue of like 5, 6 or 7 aircraft waiting to depart at once on the airfield. But it is getting better at Manchester, you know, and at least next year as well should be excellent. You know, it's definitely not been the worst, and there's been airports out there that have had much worse than Manchester. But yeah, it's getting there. And hey, maybe Doncaster closing will benefit Manchester in that way as well, in terms of staff. You know, if they're offering staff positions here at Manchester, then I'm sure that'll be quite an easy transition and allow a lot of the problems to be fixed in that way. Got a BizJet just taxiing now. Where's this going?
Yeah, there's no info on that. I'm just looking on radar at the moment. It's not pinging up for me.
Might be crossing over runway 1 over here instead. Looks like that's what's happening.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's going to come right past us, it. Big shout out to Andy up on the camera, doing a great job. There he is, looking fresh.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I've got my cap on now because although I was loving the sun on me, the cap does a fantastic job of keeping the sun off my face, so I can focus on the camera a lot easier.
And Stinny88, thanks very much for the Twitch Prime, dude. Cheers for using it on the channel, mate. Have a bing bong for you, son.
What? Where's he? Is it
so he's going back round to Premiere, isn't he?
Yeah.
Sorry, to Signature.
Yeah. Strange. I've never seen that before, but there we go. Surprised it didn't just get tugged. It's strange how it started its engines.
And on the taxi out, we've got the Gulf Air 787-9 for Bahrain. I saw, I don't know if it was the older scheme on the Gulf Air with the green on it as well, and the gold, but that livery pops so much more than this one that we see regularly at Manchester here. I'll have to show you a picture of it, because I'd love to see the other scheme at some point.
All right, Mark, we'll keep an eye out for that. So, yeah, you can get these caps that we're wearing, by the way. shop.airlinerslive.com. Get yours ordered. As well as loads of new merch items as well. And plenty new items getting added ahead of Christmas that will be unveiled in the coming months, including the usual Airliners Live calendar, of course.
Yeah.
That you need to get up on your wall for the new year. Get them dates added, get them holidays booked in and things. And then also we've got a few new items. I'm not going to tell you what they are.
Yeah.
But a few new items. One in particular I'm super hyped for. A premium product that'll be limited edition. And it'll be an Airliners Live special original item coming for the Christmas period.
Yeah, and for those that have been asking for beanies as well, they are well on the way as well, folks. So I know a lot of you have been asking for that. Yeah,
they'll be very useful in the winter. I'll be wearing mine for sure. We're going for a what's the brand called? It's obviously Beachfield again, which is the same manufacturer who makes the caps.
Yeah, but it's like a thinsulate.
Thinsulate, that's
material.
Yeah, so it's got a premium, very warm material. We're going with, as always with Airliners Live, we want our products, clothing products, to be good, right? Like,
oh yeah, definitely. That's that green. You see how it just pops off?
I've seen that. Yeah.
I've seen it a few times.
That came to Manchester once. In this year.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, the one with the green and the red,
gold.
Yeah. Kind of looks like kind of African to me, like Senegal or Ethiopian or something. Ryan Edge touching down here, 737-800.
Airliners Live champagne available from Fort Mason. Yeah. So I was looking into the YouTube plaques, and unfortunately so you have the 100,000, but then the next plaque after that is 1 million.
1 million, yeah.
So we got a long jump to go till we get another plaque, guys. Emirates A380 not too far away now, just passing to the south of Wakefield, in between Wakefield and Barnsley here in the northwest, and we'll be making the left turn very shortly to to turn in, but Andy just tracking the Gulf Air, which is on its taxi out for Bahrain. I'll be crossing over to the south runway for departure, and the aircraft making all the noise in front of us is in from Faro and Ryanair 737-800. Mil plaque in 3 weeks. Yeah, can you imagine? And Stinny88 saying, love the channel, guys. My wee boy Jack loves watching the planes. Hey, well, very warm welcome, Stinny and Jack. Thanks very much for watching Airliners Live.
Yeah, who knows what the future holds in terms of content for the channel and reaching 1 million.
Can you imagine the day we hit 1 million?
That, I don't even know how we'd celebrate that.
I don't even know like when it would happen.
Yeah.
Because I know the way YouTube works is obviously as you get bigger, the increase in subs naturally increases. So you're getting more subs a month because obviously you're reaching a lot more people. But I've no idea like when it reckons we would hit that. That'd be interesting to see.
2067.
Yeah, something stupid. 2 weeks if you get your finger out, says Mark.
Gulf Air looking wonderful in the sun today.
And that's some awesome feedback, Matthew, just saying, I come to this channel as much for you guys as for the planes. The relaxed nature and general chat is spot on. It's like being amongst friends. That's awesome to hear, Matthew, because to be honest, mate, that's kind of how we talk about we want to run the channel. Me and Andy are always reviewing the streams. We usually watch a lot of the streams back and just make sure that everything we're doing is as good as it can be. Not only on the technical side of things, but when we went full time, one of the main things we wanted to do was like look at our presenting style and just say, is this the best that it can be? And one of the main things that comes up a lot is we just want it to be as relaxed and friendly as possible. And obviously the planes make a difference, but we want everyone who comes into the channel to just feel totally welcome, really relaxed, and just happy to get involved. And yeah, reading feedback like that is super, super helpful. Thank you very much, mate. I'm glad you're enjoying the shows as well.
Got two on the approach in the stack, quite close to each other actually coming in. You can see the landing lights from here.
Yeah, we've got an EasyJet followed by a Freebird.
Oh, nice. Oh,
And
yo.
then after that is going to be a Ryanair and then the Emirates.
Well, we had a Freebird going out earlier, so are they on?
It's in from Newcastle, this one, so it's positioned in 24 minutes.
What?
That
What?
flight with the gold tail.
What the heck? That's so random.
I know, Owen. Again, I've messed up. I didn't think I'd be taking my hoodie off. It's boiling in here today.
It's not too bad up here. It's pretty... This is a very nice temperature up here.
Yeah, I've...
Let's take the cap off again, actually, because I want more sun on me.
It's one of them where you just think, oh, I'm going to have my hoodie on all day. So I had an Airliners Life hoodie on. But yeah, gone with the old Carhartt t-shirt underneath.
I have my thermal leggings on. I looked at the weather and it said it was going to be like peak at like 15 degrees C. So when you just stood still, you usually lose temperature at that, you know. So having an extra layer helps. But wow, today's been, it's been just, this is like perfect. Just walking around temperature. I could even do shorts and t-shirts today, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
It's glorious.
Is that smoke from the left engine? It's coming out of the vent at the bottom. It's quite normal.
Just waiting for the departure of this Gulf Air 787-9 Dreamliner heading back to Bahrain.
Yeah, there's like a little tube, guys, that pops out the bottom of the Dreamliners, and you'll usually see it venting like that. Maybe I'll have to look through the archives and just see if we've got a nice close-up of that to show you guys at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's completely normal, that.
They're particularly visible when it's cold as well.
Yes.
Similar to when it's cold, you know, you see your car exhaust usually kicks out a bit more.
He's rolling, Andy, that Gulf.
Already.
Yeah, David just saying, unfortunately, it's quite late for the New Zealand viewers. It's about midnight there. Yeah, you can't really start much earlier, I'm afraid. 9 a.m. is the earliest start time we could do. Well, no, it'd be about 20 past 9.
Yep. We have considered reviewing the schedule a bit.
Yeah, especially for the midweek show. We were thinking of maybe doing like a lunchtime to early afternoon show on the midweek Wednesdays, guys, just to mix up the schedule a little bit. We don't want to be finishing around sort of 5 p.m. because the traffic around the airport's crazy, but we were thinking something like 11 till 2:30 or something like that, so that we see the A380 departing. So just give us a yay or nay in the chat for the Wednesday show if you think starting at 11 and finishing about 2:30 would work for you guys.
2:30, 3-ish, I'd say. It's just so the problem we have, the balancing act, is like, he's greasing this. Oof.
Yes, I mean 2:30 would be the normal finish time.
The balancing
on a
act,
3.5 hour show.
The balancing act we have is like the viewers being able to watch and the Manchester traffic, right? They're the two like things we need to balance up, because we could pick time slots that are easier for people to watch, maybe like after people finish for work, or the US viewers waking up as well. Maybe try and get the Australians maybe a bit earlier, but then Manchester Airport's traffic is busier around what we're doing today.
Yeah.
So it does get busy after 3 p.m, but it's all just like narrow bodies. It's just like endless EasyJets, Jet2s, Ryanairs. Whereas this slot that we do now, we get all these like heavy movements as well, which kind of just makes it so much more varied. We like TUI Dreamliners, the Gulf Air, Etihad, Qatar, the Emirates A380. So it is a balancing act, but we're open to try new things. The other day we wouldn't want to bring a show that's kind of boring. we want the best, and people can always watch them back as well, I suppose. Another aircraft on approach, looks like a 737 coming in. That Freebird really greased the runway. And on YouTube, we do get a view of like when is most ideal for the viewers to tune in, time-wise. But it's at the end of the day, it's like Manchester Airport. It's not like Heathrow or LA where you can kind of just pick any time and it's booming. Manchester Airport, it's still quite selective as to when it's busy and when it's got the heavies and things. We've also got the Turkish Airlines A321 Neo taxiing out as well. The Wookiee, which if she holds now, I think you will get a bit of a Wookiee howl.
Yeah, it's heading for Istanbul, so it is going to hold. And then after this Ryanair touching down, we have the King of the Skies next to land. So A380 number 2 behind this Ryanair 73, and he's in from Prague.
Beautiful city, Prague is. Yeah, watching back isn't the same, right? You're very right. There he is, the King of the Skies, on final approach into Manchester Airport. Emirates Flight 17 in from Dubai. The A380-800. Final approach onto 23 right to Manchester. Let's get them King emotes spammed in the chat, shall we? And Mike Cage is saying there's a TUI 787-9 Dreamliner to Cancun now pushing back.
Nice, we'll keep an eye for that as well.
Awesome. Thank you for the heads up on that. We're going to have a little photo bomb from the Freebird tail. Like I said, absolutely greased the runway coming in from Newcastle today. There she is. All rise for the King of the Skies. A bit of a headwind for the King to deal with here. Certainly picked up a bit.
No worries, Dino. Great to have you with us, mate. Well, the Emirates A380 proving that there is still a little bit of standing water on the runway here on 2-3 right, but making light work of clearing that for us. As you saw there, the reverse thrust kicking up some awesome spray action here on the runway.
Looked amazing.
Yeah, being hit by the light as well.
We'll follow the King all the way round, and then hopefully should lead up nicely to the TUI Dreamliner taxiing out as well.
Epic close-up of the engines there, saying Bob. Excellent footage from Donna. Jameson loving it on Twitch.
I think that's worth a clip, that.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Looks like Birdman's popping some flares again. Here he is.
Scaring off a bit of wildlife over on the south side. Let's wait for the King of the Skies to taxi all the way back past. Possibly one of the best views you'll ever get of an A380 here at the Runway Visitor Park, Manchester Airport, live on Airliners Live. He's going to taxi over to the biggest stand at Manchester Airport. It is gate 12.
And Ryanair next to land, so we can stick with the 380 all the way in.
Ammerman Travels saying thank you for the 10 gifted memberships on Mac's channel the other day.
Hey, you're welcome, no worries. Happy to support as well. Another fantastic Manchester streamer, Mac Aviation. Doing a great job.
Yes, here is the King of the Skies. This never gets old, this view. Might hold here for the Ryanair. Yep. A380 is going to hold for this arrival here. This is the Ryanair 737-800 in the shade.
And Nick S, thank you very much for your £20 super chat coming in there, saying for the king of the sky, to the king of the live streams. Congrats on the 100k, gents. And Andy, thanks for replying to my email regarding the models. Thank you very much, Nick, for a very generous £20 super chat supporting the channel today. It really does help us out, guys. If you're enjoying Airliners Live, click the gift symbol and then click super chat to send in some support to the channel. And if you want to become a VIP, you can also click the gift symbol and then click VIP, or click the Nightbots link in the chat as well. It all really does help us out massively, folks, if you are enjoying the show. And an awesome view and arrival there, the Emirates A380 with the spray being kicked up. We'll definitely get that one up on our social media channels at some point today or tomorrow. And G Crow getting a great view as well of the old A380 as it taxis in.
Very jealous.
Ben Holland, welcome to you, dude. Thanks for tuning in. And next to land, the Scandinavian in from Oslo. And Ringway, thanks very much for grabbing a clip of the 380 there. Let's give the zoom a nudge, Andy, on that. It's grabbing the terminal. There you go. Perfect.
Just going to take this time to take my jacket off.
Yeah, chill for a minute.
I'm pretty warm. TUI Dreamliner taxiing out as well. That will photobomb in a moment.
And Tim, welcome, tuning in from rainy Florida. Welcome, Tim. Hope you're enjoying the show. And Alan Clark, loving the coverage and the banter from Dublin. Cheers, Alan.
Cheers, Alan. Appreciate it.
Thanks for tuning in, mate.
There we go. I'm ready now. A bit more summer dressed.
Looking fresh, isn't it? Not
got my cap on, but I'm just enjoying the sun being on my head right now.
No, the TUI Dreamliner is going to be heading out for Cancun, taking the long way round as it avoids the 380. And just coming in behind in the shot will be the Oslo service. And Marcel, thank you very much for the €1.99 super chat, saying congrats on the 100k. Greetings from Stafford. Thank you very much, Marcel. Thanks for supporting the channel. Really appreciate that.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, if you're loving the stream on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button as well. That really helps us out a lot.
And Mark is off for a bit of flying now, off to work. Stay safe, blue side up, says Mark. Yes, blue side up for sure. Unless you're flying over the sea. And then that doesn't quite work, Mark.
Blue side.
Because you got to know which blue side you want up then. But anyway, safe flight, happy travels, and thanks for tuning in, Mark. Appreciate it, dude.
TUI Dreamliner there, just about to cross runway 1. Let's have a look at the Scandinavian Neo. In the classic scheme, of course. Them red engines.
E-cig. What flavour? And some bloke who travels a lot with the update, 250 subs now with a 179 super chat. That's awesome, mate. Congratulations.
Great stuff. TUI 787-9 Dreamliner taxiing out now. I think she's off to Cancun in Mexico. One of the TUI transatlantic services they offer here at Manchester Airport.
And next to land for us here at Manchester is the A321 from Istanbul, the Neo. And that's from Turkish Airlines. And then it looks like we've got a slight break in the arrivals, so we'll be focusing on our departure traffic for a few minutes. Manchester Airport using dual runway ops today, and we'll be on that pretty much, well, for the whole stream, I would say.
I'm off, mate. Thank you so much, guys. Absolutely awesome. And thank everybody online.
Yeah, I will do. And thanks for the gifts as well.
It's amazing. I mean, it's just such... You always know this is the best community online, and that just... I mean, I'm blown up. I'm almost speechless.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm never speechless, but I'm almost speechless.
Hey, I'm glad we could help you, mate.
Cheers, Martin.
Cheers, pal.
Cheers, Andy.
Take it easy.
Cheers, everybody.
See ya.
Cheers, mate.
Good timing.
And as I think you guys heard on stream, some bloke who travels a lot, very, very appreciative of you guys going over and dropping a sub for him, just as we are for the fantastic gift that he delivered for us today. We'll be putting that somewhere nice and safe in the office as a great channel memory. And next to land here it is the Turkish A321 Neo. Fingers crossed that it gets off a bit early and has a bit of a Wookiee for us.
That would be great. Nice pair of Wookiees on board this.
Oh, bit of a firm touchdown that time.
Yeah, just catching the runway before the bump. I've noticed the smoothest landings usually happen just after that bump at the start of 2-3 right. Hear that very distinct sound though of the Pratt & Whitney Neo engines. Did lose a lot of speed quite quick though. They sound unbelievable, them engines.
Yeah, I love the whistle on those. Jeremy tuning in from Australia, big Sid Squad fan. Cheers, Jeremy. Thanks for checking out Airliners Live, mate.
Hey.
Great to have you with us. And Logan Lee, thank you very much for the 449 super chat, saying watching the stream at Manchester Airport whilst waiting for my flight to Paris. Love the stream, guys. Keep it up. Hey, cheers, Logan. I hope you have a great trip, whatever it is you're getting up to, mate. And fantastic flight as well. Thanks very much for supporting the channel with a donation. And John Neal from Brisbane as well. Hello to you.
Message from Heath in Bahrain saying it was only a 1-year-old A321 that's still in nappies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very young aircraft and it sounded fantastic.
Great view of the A380 currently being unloaded, and all the services taking place, ready to turn that around within a few hours. I'm really happy that we get to see this on stream.
Yeah, it's a great view. Definitely not complaining. One of the advantages of the Runway Visitor Park. You can actually see this from ground level as well. If you walk up to the fence, you can see the A380 on stand.
Yeah. Come and enjoy it for yourself. Just search for the Runway Visitor Park on Google Maps, and come and enjoy a full day out, jam-packed, full of aviation, lots to see and do around the park as well. We definitely recommend coming down and enjoying a day if you are local, or if you're not, come and make a day of it.
Yep.
Full cafe and toilet facilities on site, including a shop as well.
It's very good for us on the channel.
It is.
Got a noisy thing taxiing out now.
As we roll into the last hour or so of today's show. I hope you are enjoying the Airliners Live midweek show today. More info to come as we discuss potential midweek show schedule changes, but of course we'll keep you up to date on all of our socials. Now's a great time to follow us on our social media channels if you're not already. There will be links from Nightbot in the chat. I'd recommend following us on Instagram. And if you watch regularly on YouTube, we have started making all of our social media posts on YouTube as well, so you should be getting those in your feeds. And you can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. However, Twitter for me, I wish we could just delete our account, to be honest. Twitter is just not one for me, but we're definitely keeping you up to date on all the platforms at the moment anyway.
The Aer Lingus ATR 72 taxiing out with Aer Lingus Regional, operated by Emerald Airlines. Let's blur them props, shall we?
I'm just looking down the approach path, just over Cheadle is a Embraer 195 from Austrian Airways. That's next to land, and that's followed by a TUI Max from Ibiza.
Awesome.
And Benjamin saying, I'm going to visit the RVP Sunday next week during my spotting trip. Nice, dude. I hope you have a great time.
Yeah, it's a great place.
And Daryl Major loving the stream. Keep up the good work. Cheers, Daryl.
Thank you.
Yeah, Dan, the sun is really strong in Manchester today. No worries, Paul. Have a good day at work, mate.
Cheers, Paul.
Thanks for tuning in, dude.
Something on approach as well.
Yeah, that's our Embraer from Vienna.
Shouldn't be on the ground too long, this ATR. They have a lot of power, these, especially for the size of them. And we had the Austrian Embraer touching down as well. I've seen one of these at Skiathos. It was awesome.
And that's followed in by a TUI Max 8 as well. Quite a way out yet.
See the Alliance badge there on the side as well. Star Alliance with Austrian. Who's seen the news about Virgin Atlantic, by the way, speaking of alliances?
Great news.
Yeah.
Was the Virgin Atlantic to join SkyTeam, which is just one of the alliances that we see at Manchester. But just imagining what a Virgin Atlantic SkyTeam hybrid would be like, because the SkyTeam's like a silver, isn't it?
Yeah, they seem on, I'm thinking KLM here.
I wonder what the silver and the red would
Ooh,
look like. That'd be pretty naughty, wouldn't it?
Kind of like Jet 2 style.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that. And definitely will mean good things for Virgin Atlantic regarding their hubs, such as here at Manchester. Maybe see more routes out of it as well, because people will be flying with SkyTeam from the likes of like Amsterdam. I'm trying to think what other SkyTeam airlines we have here.
Yeah, Brian, I just got that notification on my flight radar as well. An F-35 emergency squawking. Hopefully everything's alright with that one. Qatar triple about 30 minutes out. Cheers, Matt, for the update. And Simon, I hope you're feeling well soon, mate.
Air France as well, yeah, good shout.
Blue Stem tuning in from Illinois, US. Welcome. Welcome to all of our US viewers and viewers from anywhere across the world. Let us know in the chat where you're watching from, guys. I'll BRB, standby.
Okay. The 2E787 Max 8. So the Max engines, the Leap 1B engines. On the underside of the wings there, or rather in front of the wings on the Max. Yes, Saudi are SkyTeam as well. So yeah, I wonder if that'll make for much connecting traffic here at Manchester, for example. Got a BizJet going out as well. This is the one that did the weird backtrack on the taxiway before. Heading back to, oh my gosh, look how fast it took off. Wow. Let's have a look at the A380, shall we? What's going on? All the cargo ramps attached to the King of the Skies. You've got the jet bridges on the left-hand side there as well. Catering trucks, the lot. And Greg G with a £5 super chat. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate that. With no message as well. Thank you, Greg. Glad you're enjoying the midweek madness show here on Airliners Live. Here live from Manchester Airport, of course, at the Runway Visitor Park. And there you go, Chester Mike in the chat with a press release article about Virgin Atlantic joining SkyTeam, of course. I think I might put my cap back on, actually. Kind of cool my head down a little bit. Remember, you can get your Airliners Live caps from shop.airlinerslive.com. Get yours ordered now. We've also got beanies coming soon as well, which will be fantastic. I'll be wearing mine pretty much any time I'm doing a live stream. Like I said, we like to go with clothing and things that we don't make a lot of money on, but we do make sure that the items are good quality. So here at Manchester Airport, that's important, because if we're wearing our hoodies or our beanies, we want them to be thick and warm so that we stay warm, because that's what we value a lot. Right, my cap's back on now. A cheeky scheduled Vietnam would be nice. Oh, yeah, honestly. I do wonder what, like, the more far-flung airlines would find out of this, because my mum's going to, like, Thailand next year with TUI, for example, and that's not a route they've restarted yet. I'll get one if you do them in time for Farmageddon. Oh, yeah. I've never been to that.
Yeah.
I've never been to that. I think it sounds a little bit cringe for me, but I don't know. It sounds like a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, Jen was talking about that last night.
Yeah. It just kind of sounds...
It's not my cup of tea, to go.
I couldn't imagine it being your cup of tea.
No.
I kind of would be tempted to do that. So what is it? It's basically like a farm that they convert.
Chased around, aren't you?
Yeah, it gets converted into like a Halloween scary experience thing where you walk around and with a tour, I think, and people in costumes chase you.
Yeah, I don't know. Not for me, I don't think that one.
Yeah. Maybe with a big group of mates, it sounds like a lot of fun just because how silly it is, but probably not one for me. I did really like that Illusion House the other week in Liverpool, the Quirky Corner, it's called. That was amazing. I love stuff like that.
Yeah. No, Emirates isn't part of any alliance.
Yep.
So Emirates are not part of Sky Team, no. They've always kind of done it alone, Emirates. I think they've got like really good relationships with some airlines that they work with, but they're not part of any alliance, no.
Yeah. Kind of don't need it. I mean, they're what would you say? Their system and all their routes are
so well interconnected, aren't they?
yeah, that I don't think they need them, and I think they prefer to go on their own. Obviously, with their huge fleet of A380s as well, really powering that network, which a lot of them still in storage as well, believe it or not. I don't believe they've returned all of them into service yet.
And Ringway saying Emirates has code shares with Qantas, Fly Dubai and Jetstar. Thanks for the info, Ringway.
There's a Ryanair 737 taxiing out all the way from Terminal 3.
Let's head into Katowice. Buzz Airlines scheduled this one of the Ryanair subsidiaries.
Yeah, so it'll be a Polish registered aircraft, this. Hope you're enjoying the show today as well. If you're not a VIP of the channel yet, what are you doing? It's very rare to see non-VIPs in the chat these days.
It is, isn't it?
So if you're not a VIP, definitely consider it. Get a tower badge next to your name, of course, and that goes up depending on how long you've been a VIP for. You get a load of custom emotes in the chat. You get discounts on merch with certain tiers. You get access to the VIP lounge and behind-the-scenes shows and extra content. And you get to support the channel as well. It's the best way to do so.
Yeah, it really is. And thanks to all of our regular VIPs who are tuning in week after week.
I've seen the Eurovision has been whittled down to 2 cities where it's going to be hosted in 2023. I've not watched the Eurovision for so long now. Probably about 10 years was the last time I watched it. But apparently one of the candidates is Liverpool. And the other is Glasgow. So, yeah, it would be very exciting to see it based at Liverpool. I think that would be a perfect city for it.
Brian, if the sub expires, then yeah, you lose the tower badge next to your name. But you can continue it. I think it does follow on if you continue it without leaving too much of a gap. Otherwise, I think it may just start again. I'm not 100% sure on the time frame on that.
Yeah, I think Eurovision used to be a lot about the music, didn't it? But nowadays, it doesn't seem like it's about the music at all.
Oh, no.
It seems like the music is quite tertiary. Apparently beanies are known as stocking caps in the USA. Is that true? I thought they would have called them beanies over there.
Yeah, I just assumed the word beanies was a US term.
Yeah, it sounds US, doesn't it? Is that Ryanair taxiing out? We've also got a Watermelon Airlines, TAP Air Portugal taxiing out as well, the Embraer heading back to Lisbon. Yeah, I got cookies saying they're called beanies as well. Yeah, I figured that as well. Sadly, we don't really ship to the US as a default, although we can do if you get in touch. If you're a US viewer and you want some of our merch, you can place a custom order if you just give us a message on the website. Maybe if there's enough demand, one day we could set up like a US store for you guys to get local shipping. And maybe that could feed into Canada as well. There goes the Ryanair 737. It's a lovely day here in Manchester. In terms of weather, one of the technical support vans driving past here. But yeah, we've also got the TAP Air Portugal next out, ready to depart.
Oh, just having a quick breakfast bar. Getting a bit hungry then. And Barry Bidwell, welcome to Premium Economy, mate. Brand new VIP supporting the channel today. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you signing up, dude. You're not you when you're hungry. I'm definitely a grumpy hungry, I think.
All right.
I do feel like I get a little bit grumpy when I'm hungry.
I just lose concentration is the main one.
Yeah, and you kind of like, I don't know, you lose your flow of what's, you know, when you, especially when you're presenting and stuff, you definitely lose your energy.
Yeah, for me it's when I'm in the office and I get hungry and I just, it distracts me too much.
Getting hungry. Yeah,
you can.
I'm thinking of that sausage and bacon sandwich. But let's have a look what we got coming in here then.
Could you set up an Amazon store in the US and Canada, saying Online Travels? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I've never even looked into how that would work.
Yeah. I mean, it would be nice to be able to get our merch over there, just so, not even for like a revenue stream, more just so like you guys have the option to buy the merch over there and wear it. It'd be exciting just seeing it all over the US being worn.
Guest from Barcelona. Testing citation. Cheers, Mike. 4 years old. Spanish reg. There's a little school trip here in front of us, and the teacher was just like handing out all the lunch bags. Remember that when you used to be on a school trip?
Yeah.
Do you guys live to eat or eat to live? I definitely live to eat.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I eat to live. I am the least fussy eater in the world.
No, but you enjoy food though.
I enjoy.
It's not like you eat just you'll eat just to eat.
I mean, the thing is, like, well, it's more about the health side for me. So, I used to, especially last year, eat, and especially when I was a student, just eat the most basic stuff. Like, I could happily live off pot noodles for the rest of my life. Like, I don't care. Like, but obviously from a health point of view, I'd get ill very quickly and I wouldn't do very well. So I appreciate good food, but I'm not that, if I could eat pot noodles for the rest of my life and be very healthy, I would.
No, me and Jen, mate, we're the complete opposite.
Yeah. That's why I find it so easy to be quite strict on myself when it comes to diets. Like, I can just...
Yeah, with us, we're not going out all the time, like going out drinking and doing this, that, the other. For us, a nice dinner is what we look forward to. And Jen's the worst. If we big up a nice dinner, but then we cook it and we either overdo it and it's not very nice or whatever, man, she gets right grump on then. Honestly, she's the worst for it. She'll tell you in the chat as well. But no, me and Jen definitely, we look forward to a nice dinner. Like the other day, I splashed out and got a nice roast beef joint. I don't usually buy roast stuff, and made that, and it was really nice. Both look forward to that.
Yeah.
So I think we're definitely the live to eat.
Yeah. And for me, like the meals I eat now, like on the opposite end of the spectrum, like when it's just meat and veg, it's dead easy to cook, and I can do it in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
With the Opti grill, and then just some veg in the pan. Whereas with like a big meal, like you're saying, there's a lot of stages to it, like cooking up, prepping, the shopping as well, like knowing what to buy. It is very noticeable how the nose gear on the Maxes is so much higher to fit them larger engines in.
Yeah.
It's like a pitch up attitude when it's taxiing. It's the Ryanair Max. And yeah, for me, it's like, if I spend, let's say, an hour or more, because you can get them like HelloFresh boxes, can't you? And
We tried that for a month, a week or two.
yeah.
And it was nice.
Yeah.
The stuff was nice, but then we had a couple of weeks where none of the like you get the list of recipes you can choose from.
Yeah.
None of them really appealed to us for a few weeks. And then you're kind of thinking, well, I'm just spending money for the sake of it here.
Yeah.
So that's where it kind of falls down, I think, is obviously it relies on you wanting something, and not just one thing. You're picking enough like the whole week on the menu. So if there's not much on the menu that's taking you fancy that week, then that's where people will probably cancel, I would have thought.
Yeah, I struggle at like planning meals in advance, because I'm like, what do I want in 2 nights' time? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I like to have the options there and then pick on the day, like, what do I fancy tonight?
Yeah, I've got into that because we used to do a big shop, but now I quite like on the way home nipping into Aldi and just deciding, well, what do we fancy tonight?
It's not really a big deal for us, is it? Because we're right next to an Aldi, and
Yeah.
when we go after work, it's usually quite quiet then. But yeah, for me, it's the opposite. It's like if I spend over an hour making a meal, I just eat it in like 5 minutes, and I'm like, well, that was.
Yeah, but if it's nice though, like
I just don't get the same level of dopamine from a nice meal. Me, it's just like It must just be a biological thing.
maybe you're more of a going out for a meal type of guy then.
I like going out for a meal, yeah, but that's mainly because like sometimes you just don't want to cook, right? Like, and I don't like ordering food because I've had so many bad experiences with ordering food. Like,
I can teach you a thing or two about ordering food.
It's
We
just-
know all the places.
I don't like waiting so long, and I like getting out and like being in different environments, and just being in your own home. I think too much just depresses me a bit. I like even going Weatherspoons or something. Like, it's just a different environment.
For a quick fight.
Yeah.
Pint and a fight.
Yep.
And go home.
Roses are red. Tuesday is curry club. Mass brawl erupts in Weatherspoons pub. That's one of my favourite memes. But yeah, these I guess everyone in the chat probably has their preference.
Welcome, Neil. Thanks very much for tuning in. Hey, Gary Owen, it's a bit of both, mate. Always has been.
Yeah, what is it in the chat then for you guys? Like, do you prefer eating in, like ordering in and comfort of your own home, or do you prefer like going out and kind of, I guess, the change of scenery. And
For me, when you go out for meals, I don't understand why.
Go on.
It's always so hot in the restaurants.
do you reckon?
And it's like, why is it that hot? It's not comfy to eat when you're hot.
I never noticed that, to be honest.
It seems to be always really hot whenever I go.
But then I like the hot, so
Yeah.
I might be a bit biased there.
I just like eating, says Will. Ryanair just vacating in front of us in from Barcelona.
Great view there of the Ryanair flight deck.
That's to make you buy more drinks, says Carl. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not comfy when you're hot and you're trying to eat, because obviously when you go out for a nice meal, you're not there in your slouches, are you? You're there dressed up nice, and you hot, and yeah, it's not for me.
Yeah.
You want to undo a button or two, don't you? You know what I mean?
We like the airport pub, saying Nicole Peters Ale. I love it there.
Yeah.
Not an issue there. You could just eat outside and enjoy the epic shots of the arriving traffic on 23 right. Or if you're feeling brave, the Antonov burger. Another Ryanair taxiing out the moors there behind. Looking nice. Visibility's not too bad today. I love food. I hate my waistline. Yeah, I used to just default to like really bad food, especially last year. Like I was eating McDonald's once a week. Like, and man, I can't stress how bad McDonald's is for you. Like, it's just not. It's kind of like a last resort now for me. Like, if it's like I've got nothing, no other options.
I was terrible when I used to work in Bury.
Right.
Because I used to work in a theatre. It was like front of house, so welcoming people, like showing them to the seats and all that usual stuff. Health and safety and that. And then I used to walk home, and you used to be finishing your shift at like 11 o'clock at night, something like that. And about halfway home, there was a little section of takeaways.
Oh, wow.
And I could either get a taxi home, which would be about £6.
Yeah.
Or I could walk home and it'd take me 20-25 minutes. But halfway home, I'd get a box of cheesy chips. So I'd be walking home, and halfway you'd get your cheesy chips, and for the rest of the walk home, you'd be on it, you'd be there. Well, so it's like, do I spend £6 on my taxi, or do I get myself some cheesy chips at 11:30 at night? Man, always used to go for the cheesy chips.
When you're tired though, like you kind of just want something like that, don't you? It's not like you can't even be bothered to survive till you get home. Can't beat a Subway. I do love Subway. Actually,
Good meatball
So what you get?
marinara on herby Italian, herbs and cheese, and obviously you get it toasted. And then I have lettuce, cucumber, sweet corn, pickles, and a little bit of ranch sauce.
man, when I went to the US, Subway was exactly the same. It was bizarre. Like all the same breads, all the same toppings. Mad scenes.
Burger King, says Tom. Yeah, I do like a bacon double cheese XL. That's my go-to for Burger King.
I've not been to Burger King for ages. Maybe
Neither
like,
have I.
used to be like the go-to airport one.
That's the best. Burger King has the best burgers out of all of like McDonald's, Kentucky's.
Yeah, I agree.
Did you work at the Met? Says Adrian Harrison. Yes, I did. Yes, I did, Adrian. Yeah.
How old were you then when you worked? Were you like
14, 15.
what? Wow.
Yeah. I had an awesome boss. He's called Nathan. And man, he was the guy. We was always out for a laugh. I must have been older than that. I was there for a good few years though, because I remember maybe I was a bit older, maybe I was 15, 16, I'm not 100% sure, but I remember obviously it got to the point where I was working there and I was 18, 19, and we were going out for drinks after work and stuff. And yeah, Nathan was the best boss. He was so funny. He used to have a proper laugh.
I think a good boss makes or breaks a
Oh mate, like
job.
100%. He was so good. Really good. But he was one of them bosses where he asked you to do something and you never questioned it because you knew that he was always like, even if it was something that you didn't want to do, he was asking for the right reasons. And you could just tell with him because he was like dead genuine. But yeah, he was the Met, Adrian. Yeah, I worked there for quite a while actually. I really enjoyed it there.
Matt said he was working at a bar from the age of 15. Wow.
Really?
I've never worked in a bar or anything like that. Like,
No, I've not.
I do look at them and like some of them like are so skilled at like cocktails and also just like quickly getting through the orders, and it's just like high paced.
Yeah, the closest I've come to that, my mum owned a cafe for a couple of years. So I worked,
did she? Wow.
I worked in there for about a year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because my mum, obviously she had cancer, didn't she? So she wanted to take on something that she thought was going to be a bit less stress and just she could go in, she could work in the cafe and chat to everyone and it would kind of like run itself, but it actually turned out to be like the biggest stress. It was not fun at all, and they sold it after a few years. But yeah, no, I worked in there. It was me. I was working with my uncle as well, which was cool. Yeah, I was working with him, but...
Cool. So what were you doing? Were you like working out?
Just serving, helping with a bit of cooking, making drinks, just the usual, really.
Sounds like kind of fun, that, to be honest.
It was. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
But I think, like, you know, they always say, like, don't work with your family.
Yeah.
I think that is true, because it did cause a few arguments, and it's just not worth it. Do you know what I mean?
Especially if people aren't pulling their weight and stuff. Right?
Yeah.
I worked, obviously, during the first lockdown, I got a job as a delivery driver for a dessert restaurant, and that took me through. I was there for about a year and a half. I didn't leave till December, just gone. And I was a delivery driver, but I was super close to like the owner, and I was super close to all the team. It was like a family. And they, you know, for a few shifts, I worked behind the counter there and was making milkshakes, making waffles, and making all these. I was fully trained in all the different dishes they did. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. But obviously, Airliners Live completely took over my life. And when it came down to like November last year, we both went full time on Airliners Live. And
That was so crazy, wasn't it?
yeah, and they paid me quite well, to be fair. Considering it was like a, you know, like basically a minimum wage job, they paid me a bit more than that, and it was enough to keep me going through lockdown and things. Although that was my only income, we had a few quid from Airliners Live, you know, donations and things, but it wasn't enough. But that kept me going. And
I remember the day that I handed my notice in.
yeah,
Because I'd had a bit of time off, and my boss, I don't know if anyone else's boss done this, but you know, we were saying you can have good bosses and bad bosses. Like, don't get me wrong, my boss at my old job was like, he always paid you on time, like, and there was never any issue with anything like that. It was spot on, so fair play for that. But he always used to do this thing where if you'd had a week off, you'd always come back into work to a bit of a, I nearly said a naughty word then, but an email that's not so nice.
yes.
Do you know what I mean? And it would always feel like a bit of a punishment that you've gone on holiday sort of thing. I don't know if anyone else had this, but you'd always come back to that email and it's just like, why are you doing that? It's my first day back in work.
Yeah.
Like, obviously I've not been looking forward to
You've been
coming back to
dreading
work.
it. Yeah.
And then I come in and now you're making me feel like that within the first sort of 10, 15 minutes of being in the office. It doesn't kind of like welcome you back to work, do you know what I mean? So anyway, I'd been away, and Airliners Live, we were getting really close, and me and Andy were kind of talking like, when do we do it? When's the right time? When should we hand our notice in? Because we knew we were going to do it pretty soon. And then anyway, I come back from a week off. I opened this email and it was like, we need to go through your job roles because you're not doing the 9,000 things I've asked you to do quick enough. And I read this email I thought, you know what, you're going to get it today. I thought, today's the day you're going to get it.
This was not the day.
So I phoned Andy. I said, mate, just to let you know, I'm handing me notice in today. Because I thought, I ain't having that meeting with you about this again. Yeah. So I thought, today's the day you're getting it. And I told him, on that day.
Was that your reply to the email, was it?
I didn't reply to the email. I just said, I'm not even justifying that email with an answer. I'm handing me notice in.
Yeah.
And that was it. I just thought, yeah, that'll teach you. But to be fair, looking back, he was all right. He was just a bit quirky, shall we say. Yeah, the amount of Andy knows, because Andy used to work for the same company.
Yeah.
And the amount of roles that was in my job description was just unbelievable.
It was the same for, yours especially, but I think everyone who worked at that company, and it's one of them, especially with the smaller companies, this is more true, where you have a job role, but it also, there's a lot of other things that you kind of asked to do, and it's kind of understandable when you've got a small team, but sometimes...
But you have to cover those extra job roles with a decent salary.
More time, it was like...
Yeah, it wasn't fun, but it was...
You're expected to work weekends as well, weren't you?
Yeah, you were expected to work evenings, weekends, overtime, still be in at 9 o'clock the next day, no matter how late you stayed. It just wasn't the right place, but yeah, we... When I got in and saw that email, all right, today's the day.
You're having it.
Like literally a month early, I thought, right, you're getting it today.
Yeah. Because it was meant to be till the end of the year, wasn't it? We were thinking like Christmas, and that's what I told my boss.
Yeah.
Because for me, I was only working part-time, technically. I was working like a bit more, but on paper only part-time. So when it came around to December, it wasn't such a big leave, but for you, obviously, you'd been there for so many years.
I was there for 10 years.
Yeah, you had like a decent salary, full-time job, and it was very stable as well for you.
Yeah, I think taking a chance, though, guys, if any of you ever get the chance to work for yourself, I definitely recommend giving it a go, because it's just really, it just gives you a lot of...
purpose.
Like, yeah, you're kind of doing everything you do for you, do you know what I mean? And it's you work at your best.
Yeah, you're like, you come before the job then, like your own life and well-being. Alpha 7 Bravo Alpha Sierra on the reg of this Qatar 777-300ER. Huge aircraft here.
Yeah, I know they say don't work with your friends as well, but I mean, we're a year in now, and I don't think we've ever had a crossword working together.
I think working with your friends, I guess if you were working with someone who was a bit, like I said, wasn't pulling the weight and things, I suppose it could get awkward. Obviously we have John Fezzer helping out as well behind the scenes these days. Zach as well, good friend, who does a lot of the web development and things. But I think we've been careful to, like, there are probably friends we have who would be good for the channel but would not have the same kind of ethic work-wise, and when you're all on the same wavelength of how much work you need to put in, it helps a lot, right?
Yeah, it really does, because I mean, at the end of the day, the thing that like causes arguments when you're working with people close to you is that, like you say, you want them to do more than what they want to do, you know what I mean? But whereas with me and Andy, we're lunatics anyway, we're both just at it 100% all day, all night, so you can't really ask any more of each other. It works well. I think in some situations it does work well, and like Andy said, you just got to think like business first, and then obviously you both put in what you want to get out of it, and then you're sorted.
Yeah.
And sometimes it sounds daft, guys, but you need a friend to keep you in check as well.
Yeah.
Because if you've got a really good mate who can just be honest with you and say, look, mate, you should be doing this, you can take that a lot more from a friend, because they're doing it, in right intentions and that.
Robin Giles, I see that message. You need a friend for your Snip, snip.
What?
The scissors.
I don't get it. What? What?
Something that's coming up.
Oh, Robin. Stop reminding everybody. I keep forgetting and then you keep ruining my day.
You need honest people who aren't afraid to tell you the truth. That's very good, Matt. Yeah, a good friend does tell you the truth. Sometimes it hurts, man, but
Yeah.
like, I'm not a fan of like friends who will kind of, you know, kind of lie just to make you happy type deal, you know?
Yeah.
It's not.
I mean, that's the thing with me is like, I've always, and sometimes to my detriment, but I've always just said it how it is.
Yeah.
And Andy's known me for 8 years.
Yeah,
7 years,
yeah,
something like
about
that.
Yeah.
And I always just say it exactly as it is. And sometimes it gets me into trouble, but I'd prefer to be like that, you know, than just not say what I want to say, because like Andy says, you're just kind of keeping things to yourself, and that's what causes problems. Do you know what I mean?
It's not honest being quiet, is it really? That's
No.
the problem.
But Lewis, brand new premium economy VIP. Welcome, Lewis. Thanks for supporting the channel, mate.
Wow, big climb from that EasyJet there. So we've had the Qatar triple coming in pretty early, actually. She usually comes in about 20 minutes or half an hour past 1.
Oh, look at this. Emirates Sky Cargo up there on the logos.
Where's that?
Bottom right frame where the guy is. Emirates Sky Cargo is the logo on there. And Lewis, thanks very much for the £2 super chat saying, love your lives, you're my inspiration. Well, Lewis, listen, mate, we're nothing special, dude. We got lucky. We put the work in. Don't get me wrong, we put the work in. And it's like anything, you work hard at something and you really want to do it, you'll be able to do it, mate. So just keep smashing it. Thank you very much for the super chat as well. Yeah, that's it, Jake. You just got to be like that. Straight up. Say it how it is. And that's especially helpful if you're not happy about something as well. Like, say, for example, I don't know. I'm trying to think of an example off my head. I don't know. Say Andy was doing something in the office that was doing me head in. Something like, say, for example, he's leaving the light on. You know, just a dead stupid example. If you just ignore it, and it keeps happening, it's going and going and going, eventually you're going to just lose your temper. Stop leaving the light on, you know what I mean? But if you just up front, like day one, you know something's winding you up, you say, mate, can you stop leaving the light on? Then it's sorted out. But imagine if you just kept something to yourself and it just builds up, do you know what I mean? That's what causes rows, doesn't it?
Indeed.
But having a look on the ground, Virgin Atlantic A380 to New York is on the taxi out.
Sweet.
We've seen that very shortly as we fall into the last 20 minutes, half an hour of today's show. I hope you have enjoyed today's show. I know we've gone on a few tangents, but that's the airliners live stream for you guys.
Speaking of Virgin Atlantic, so they've been looking to add new routes from Manchester Airport. But apparently the bottleneck for them is not the routes, it's not the demand, it's not Manchester Airport, it's actually their own staff, and in particular their pilots. They haven't got enough pilots up here to be able to expand Manchester Airport at the moment, which I think is kind of a crazy bottleneck.
It really is.
It's hard to become a pilot though. It's expensive, isn't it? It's like you can be paying like 120 grand, you know, for
Well, that's what we were saying with Captain Mark yesterday, wasn't it? Is that we were talking about John actually, and Captain Mark was saying like John has a lot of potential. He knows what's going on with the aircraft. He's really impressed with John's knowledge. But obviously for John, the chances of him ever becoming a pilot, he says this himself, is very, very slim just because of the money. And that's what makes you think. Then you just think, well, how many really good potential pilots do we have, like John, who literally can't do it and can't provide a really good service just because of the money?
Yeah, and John, like, he knows inside and out. You've seen him on his flight sim streams. Even Captain Mark comments and says, you're, like, really switched on with piloting, and he knows a lot about different aircraft as well, not just like the Airbus but the Boeings as well. And it's like, yeah, wasted potential. It's like only because of money. And like Captain Mark was saying, like he's had experiences where there are people who wouldn't be best suited, to being a pilot, who have become them just because the money it was able for them to do it. And then
it just makes you wonder, like how many really good people like John are sat there who could be really good pilots. You know what I mean? Who just can't because they can't afford it. It's weird.
And then on the other hand, you got Virgin Atlantic who can't expand because they haven't got enough pilots.
Exactly. That's what I mean. It's like a vicious circle, isn't it? And it makes you wonder, should there be a lot more in terms of like, not apprenticeships, but a lot more scholarships being offered by the airlines? Because at the end of the day, if they're struggling to get pilots in, then surely the best thing to do is sponsor their training. And even if they did some sort of, you get a lower wage for a while, you know what I mean, to help you pay it back. I think there'd be a lot of people who would do that.
Yeah, or I know, like, I think Jet2 and Ryanair, there's probably more airlines that do the, if you're a cabin crew and you have a PPL, I think is the requirement, you can then go on to train to become a pilot for them, which I think is genius. Like, I love that. But, cabin crew is quite a specific role that, like, Fez is not going to be no. He's not going to become a cabin crew just for that.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, there definitely needs to be more into it to get your is it MPL? Like I said, it's a cost of about £120,000, minimum.
That's a crazy amount of money, isn't it?
Captain Mark says it goes up to about 140 sometimes. So you can buy a house for that.
Certainly could. Irish Steve, welcome back. Twitch Prime for 6 months in a row. Cheers, mate. Really appreciate the support. But yeah, I definitely think there could be. Especially at a time where they're really struggling to get pilots in. Some sort of funding from somewhere to train these guys up.
You were saying they should have like a scheme where if pilots recommend, Yeah,
that was an idea I had. Obviously, I guess it's open for a lot of corruption and stuff, but one of the ideas I would have was if you had, like, again, I use John as an example, if you had, say, 10 captains who've watched John do his flight sim shows, who, like Mark, think he's got potential and could be a really good pilot, if they could do some like official vouching scheme for John, if you could get 10 captains to say, yeah, we reckon he'd be really good, then that could get him access to some sort of scheme to train him up. Do you know what I mean? But I guess you could just blag that, couldn't you? You could just know. I guess who knows 10 captains though?
Yeah. And then for them to put their word on the line as well, like,
yeah,
if they end up being bad, then it's obviously going to look bad on the 10 captains. What's the flying architect saying there? Do you want to read this?
I'm speaking to Jet2 about funding, but there are ways to get an ATPL qualified for less than 80 post PPL.
So I assume that's 80 grand.
80 grand after PPL. I will be on this stream at some point. I mean, still though, mate, 80 grand.
That's still a lot, yeah.
It's like where would someone like us get that sort of money from? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can take business loans. That's what a lot of people do, I believe.
Right.
But then it's like with interest, and that's a lot to pay back.
Mm.
And you've also got the time out. You're obviously going to be doing that training, aren't you, for a while? So you're probably not going to be able to work your full-time job.
Because if you think of a lot of other industries, give you your training.
Like cabin crew, well, for a lot of airlines, they'll pay for the training.
Yeah.
And then offer you the contract at the end, so you can actually refuse that contract.
Looking down the approach path looks to be something.
Some airlines you have to pay for the training. I think Ryanair, for example, you have to pay for cabin crew training.
We got a 757 on the way in, number 3 to land currently. So we're keeping an eye on that. No, I've not got it, Lee. No, the pictures are backlit at the moment, so I don't bring my camera when it's backlit. Lewis, thanks for the 149 super chat, mate. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Lewis. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's what I mean, architect. Like, if you could sign a contract with a company and say, for example, there's like a rigorous interview process, and if you get through that and you've got some recommendations from active pilots, then you just sign a contract with, say, someone like Jet2 and say, well, I'll fly for you for the next 5 years, 10 years, if you put me through me training, or if you put up 70% of what it cost me to get trained or whatever.
Yep.
Then Planespotter for life with a 199 super chat saying it's 95k or more here in the US. Wow. To go through your training.
Yeah, the PPL alone is obviously quite a lot of money, but
yeah, it's 10 to 12 grand, isn't it, for your PPL?
I would love a PPL, but I don't think I'd ever have the money to, because planes are expensive. Like, they're not like completely and utterly out of the question with like light aircraft, but you pay a fair bit for them, you know.
Cookies, are you saying that they're paying you as a bonus, as an incentive to become a driver? Saying we're short semi-truck drivers here.
Oh, yeah.
And they're paying up to 100,000 for new drivers, or do you mean the new drivers are having to pay 100,000 to learn?
Yeah, let us know. Maybe that's
you can't pay that much to be a semi-truck driver.
Maybe that's the wage they're offering.
And Lewis, thanks for the £3 super sticker, mate.
Thank you, Lewis.
If you're enjoying the show today, feel free to leave a super chat, guys. It really does help the channel out. Just click the gift symbol and then click super chat. We'll give you a massive bing bong and a readout on stream as well. So yeah, they're paying 100 grand a year salary to get the semi-truck drivers in.
Wow. So I know here in the UK we had a bit of a shortage of that, didn't we?
Yeah.
It's an important job. But it's a very dedicated job. You really have to dedicate a lot of time.
Oh yeah, away from home as well.
Away from home, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, Dave. It's like them driving courses. I'm really not a fan of those. Like passing 5 days type of deals. I think they're really dangerous, personally. And don't get me wrong, I'm not an expert in it, but just from an outside point of view, I think they're dangerous. Because I don't think you get enough road experience. Whereas I took months to pass my test, and I passed first time. And I think the reason I passed was because I just did so much driving on the road.
Saying that though, have you seen in the US how little driving experience you need in some states? Well, like it's like Alabama, where you just need to drive around a block to pass a test.
Hey up, John. You alright, mate?
And apparently in Alabama you got a driving theory test with it's like multiple choice, with like 30 odd questions. But if you get it wrong, you can just retake it as many times as you want on the day. Until you get it right, yeah.
Oh right. Yeah, because we have that in the UK, but you have to rebook, don't you?
Yeah, which can take months, like actual months. Yes. Little wave there from the captain in the Max 737-800.
7.5 next to land, short final.
That's why there's so many accidents. To be fair, when I was over in the US, though, I didn't think the driving was that bad. Like, considering the test was so easy to pass, like, here in the UK, we have bad driving, like, especially in Manchester. Like, nothing against Manchester, like, I used to live here, but as soon as you get into Manchester area, the driving standard does go down.
Yeah. Having a look down the approach path, apart from this Welling and the special livery, which we'll get, it's just Ryanair's and EasyJets for the next 40 minutes or so. So, looks like we've got the Air Canada on the taxi out as well. So what we'll do, guys, we'll get the Air Canada out, we'll get the 7.5 in and the Tenerife special in. Looking at the sequencing, we'll probably wrap on the 7 Sorry, on the Tenerife special.
Oh, yo, the
That's
Tenerife
coming
special.
in from Vueling, Barcelona. That's about 5 minutes away.
I've never actually had a good view of that, you know. I've seen it from Southside, but it was on runway 1. So it's going to be nice to see that up close.
It will be.
Oh, Air Canada.
Yeah, so we'll get the Air Canada going out as well. So probably the last 10 minutes or so, today's show, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you've enjoyed it, click thumbs up and subscribe. Guys on Twitch, just one last check on those Twitch Primes, boys, if you can. See if you've got any available.
Going to head back to the office for a bit.
Yeah,
after
I've got
this.
quite a bit to do. I think I'm on a 6 o'clock finish tonight. Canada 330, taxiing across. This will sound great. And it's followed by Icelandair Max as well. I wonder if they'll get him across as well.
Looking great in the light there.
Some bloke's got a great catch of it at Gatwick. Nice.
I didn't get the name, but somebody in the chat said, if you think Manchester driving's bad, have a look at London. Well, actually, I've been to London 3 times in the last year, right? Driving-wise. And all 3 times, right, I witnessed with my eyes a crash. I've never seen a crash up north. But every time I've been, I've seen a crash. It was like the first day of being there.
Manchester's like wacky races. I'm always dodging potential crashes.
Yeah.
Lewis, thanks for the £2 super chat coming in at the end of today's show. Really appreciate that, Lewis, helping the channel out today. Karen Monson saying your picture quality and lighting are really good here. Well done. Thank you, Karen. Glad you've enjoyed the show today.
Thank you so much. The Icelandair Max next out by the looks of it. I think the Air Canada's going to wait for her. The Air Canada A330 300 heading back to Toronto.
Silvando, glad you're enjoying the show from Brazil. Welcome, Silvando.
Try Paris driving. Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Like 8 wide. And Razorback, thanks for the £5 super chat coming in at the end of today's show, starting a bit of a final support train before we wrap up today. Cheers, Razorback. Another great show, guys.
Thank you.
Let's get those bing bongs in the chat for Razorback, guys.
And is this the Tenerife special coming in next?
I think so, mate, yeah.
I really want to see this. I mean, we'll obviously catch the Air Canada 330 as well. But this is a special livery coming in from Vueling today, the Tenerife special. Something I really want to see because I love Tenerife. We'll catch this arriving, and then I think that should line us up nicely to catch the Air Canada 330 departing.
Yep.
Hey Cassie, hello to you.
Hello.
Yo. Just speaking about my trip to London.
And Ronnie Middlehurst joining the £5 train to wrap up today's show. Thank you very much, Ronnie. And Lewis with a £10 super chat going in, wrapping up today's show. Thank you, Lewis. We've got a bit of a support train rolling, folks.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
You can add carriages to that support train with any £5 super chat and over. Currently 3 carriages in that support train at the end of today's show. And there's a Neo as well. Nice.
I'm hyped to see this. I've not been to Tenerife this year. Or maybe might go in the winter, maybe. It's definitely a place to go in the winter for us Brits. Something starting its engines.
Air Canada.
Ah, yes. There she is, looking beautiful. Tenerife really is the island of adventure. The island of 4 seasons, they call it. Because it's a place, a very small island where you can get an experience of all 4 seasons. When I went in the winter, I think, or the winter before, one of them anyway, I remember being down on the beach sunbathing in 28 degrees Celsius temperatures, lovely sunshine. And we decided to go up for a drive up the mountain. So we went for about a 25-minute drive up the mountain where the temperature went down to -4. And there was snow on the ground. It was nuts.
Thanks for the £2 super chat, Lewis. Very generous, mate. Thank you, dude. Great to catch this Welling special.
Yeah. Hashtag visit Tenerife. Oh, Pratt & Whitney engines as well.
Hey, no worries, Sunbloke. I'm glad we could help, mate. Thanks for the very generous gift as well. It was awesome.
Yeah, you have to share that one more time before we wrap up. For those who may have missed it earlier on.
Yeah, Sunbloke who travels a lot drops off an awesome gift for us, folks. Here it is with the bottle of champagne. Airliners Live 100k from Fortnum and Mason. Look at that, guys. How cool is that?
Lovely.
Bottle of champagne from Sunbloke. Love that. That'll be going on the display shelf. That. Thank you, mate, again for that.
Appreciate it, dude. Yeah, we need some models for that shelf still, but
we do.
Obviously awaiting our silver plaque from YouTube for hitting 100,000. I don't know what else we could put on there. There has to be obviously like memories from the channel.
I'm sure we can. Sure, we can find something as this Ryanair touches down from Bucharest.
It was mad how we hit 100,000 though, and then the first aircraft to depart after that was the A380.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. So it's been an awesome midweek show. Thanks for everyone who sent support in. Brand new VIPs, gifted memberships, Twitch memberships, super chats. You guys have been absolutely awesome. We hope you've enjoyed this midweek show. As always, massive shout out to Mr. Andy up on the camera. There he is. Done a great job on today's show.
Thank you.
I've been Martin down in the studio, keeping an eye on all things moving around the field and you guys in the chat. But again, thanks so much for tuning in to this midweek show. We'll be back on Sunday.
Although, keep an eye out because we may be live tomorrow from Vancouver, Canada.
Yes.
With Henry Temby, our host over there. He seemed optimistic about it, but let's see, shall we?
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. We will see how he feels after his long travel back. But it's been an awesome week. Great to see him, great to meet him, and hope you had a great trip back. And yeah, that's going to wrap us up today. Thanks so much for tuning in. As always, we've been Airliners Live. This has been your midweek show, and we will see you all on Sunday. Take care, guys. See ya. See ya. See ya. It's a little bit awkward when the track ends. As we're just screaming "see you" at the top of our voice. See ya!
With no guarantee, you know.
Quite possibly the most awkward ending to an Airliners Live midweek show. Take care, guys. It's for now.